All right. Do a quick sound check, and we're going to get started with this awesome show tonight. So I'm going to make sure that I don't sound bad or anything, I guess. You know, I do this every show. I'm going to turn down just a touch, and we're ready to go. Hey, welcome to Hoffcast. Hoff here. Tonight's a special show. I got guests on. I'm going to do this more and more often. We're going to talk about supernatural stuff. We're going to do tarot readings. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to have them on. They're here now. And you're saying, Hoff, where are they? Well, they're here. I'm just giving some time to warm up. We'll get them on very soon, I promise. And I'm going to plug myself real quick because I got to do it. No one else will, you know. So I'm just going to share the screen here. It is Hoffcast.com, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it many times because it's my baby and I love it. So, yeah, here's the top banner here. Then we got Hoff Direct. Kind of tell you what's going on with the live stream this week. And then this week's live stream, which is right here. And you can find it there. So if you don't know where to find me, if YouTube buries my channel, just go to Hoffcast.com and you can find it right there. So let's bring them on right now. Here's my guests, Krissi and Lara. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. We're happy to be here.
I got a lot of questions for you, so be patient with me tonight. I'm going to ask you questions like, I don't know anything about tarot cards because, to be honest with you, I don't. So it's going to be a learning experience for everyone. We got some people in the chat here real quick. Wookiee Supremacy, thanks for watching, man. Long-time watcher of Hoffcast. He's my boy. Matt Brooks, how you doing tonight? How you doing, bud? Wookiee says, pull some cards. We're going to be getting into that probably towards the later part of the show. We got a lot to talk about before then, and then we'll do that. It's going to be like the main event type of thing at the end. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So how are y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Real good.
Good. I'm good. Like I said, my weekend just started, so I've been looking forward to this for a little while. As soon as you guys said you wanted to be on, I was stoked immediately.
Hey, oh, thank you.
So I'm gonna ask you first, real quick. How did you guys meet?
Okay. Crazy story. Do you want to go or me?
Oh, you go. You go ahead and start.
Okay, so actually we met online 3 years ago, even before COVID happened. It was kind of crazy. We met because we share the same deck. We both have a pretty obscure deck of tarot. Yes. And we met and kind of bonded through that. It was nuts because I've never met anybody in my life that uses
See, that was a question I'd have right there. I didn't know they were like different decks. Like I didn't know that. I thought they were all like the same or something like
get it out of the light.
Yeah.
Yep. The same deck.
Wow. Okay. So that's kind of like what do they call that? Like not a synchronicity or something like that.
Yeah, that's a synchronicity for sure.
Yes.
Trumpy Bear said, Hop, that shirt is scary. Yeah, this shirt's terrifying. I don't normally wear it. It's kind of satanic, but I thought it kind of fit the theme. It's a Mastodon shirt. I got it at the tour. I thought it kind of fit the theme.
Man. That's not satanic.
No, I'm right with God nowadays, but I didn't used to be honest with you. So I was into a lot of crazy
We've
stuff.
all been there.
Oh, been there, done that, man.
So tell me a little bit about yourselves. Either one of you want to start first? How you got into tarot? Maybe you can tell me that. Yeah.
You go first, Laura, and I'll follow.
Okay. Well, how I got into tarot is I stumbled across it when I was in college and back in the 80s. And my parent, we were at a bookstore. My parents and each of the kids could get a souvenir, and I picked out a tarot deck, and begrudgingly my Roman Catholic parents said okay. And I went to St. Louis University, and we have a sister campus in Madrid, so exchange students from Madrid. And I would do their tarot readings for, beer money. And I just thought it was a really cool card trick that I had no clue how I was doing it. But after many years of working at it and then a spiritual awakening, I came to find out that I have the ability to read them. Everyone does, whether you tap into it or not is your own.
And that was a question I had written down, actually. Go
yeah,
ahead.
Yes, yeah, anyone can read them, and it helps you find your guidance through your day, find answers to questions you have, and you can help your friends then answer their questions.
Wow, that sounds pretty amazing, actually. Did not
so,
know all that.
Oh gosh, yeah. And now I do a card for the collective, all of humanity once a day, and I post it here on my channel, and then on several other social media platforms too.
Yeah, by the way, I do have the links for your channels down in the description below. I forgot to, and I might screen share them here in a little bit just to kind of show what you have on there. Real quick, the chat, Mr. Hugh, welcome. Good to see you.
Mr. Hugh.
And Rusty's TV. Good to see
you. Hey, Rusty.
Yeah, we got a great show. So, Krissi, how did you get into tarot?
I got my first deck when I was 12. And it's kind of crazy because until I was 12, I was raised extremely Christian, to say the least. And so it was polar opposite, But I started reading when I was 12, and with the deck that I just showed you, like this was my first deck, and I have a million decks, but this is my favorite one. And I've just read on and off all my life. And a couple years ago, I started an anonymous YouTube channel that I just show the cards. And I decided to finally have a channel. I do want to keep them separate, but I decided to have a channel where I actually show my face now too.
Oh, nice.
So people know who's reading.
How did what made you interested in it? Do you remember that? I mean, when you were 12?
I got interested in a lot of this stuff because of just some prior paranormal experiences I'd had growing up. And my aunt was into the new age kind of occult sort of stuff. And she came to live with us when I was 9. And she was the first one I was able to open up to and tell her kind of the experiences I had. And it was the first time somebody ever listened to me. And that just started it from there. Like I had the interest and she just kind of developed it. And my mom, which amazes me, but broke down and got me cards for my 12th birthday. And I've been studying and reading them.
Laura, was that your first deck as well? The same one that she got was her first?
No. I actually got mine at a on the clearance table. I know. I couldn't believe it. And it was, exactly the amount of money I had to spend. I went into the store to get something else and left with this awesome deck.
And that's a synchronicity.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Laura, you were talking like you were using them to get beer money there for a while. And I was telling Krissi, I was like, I'm lucky to have you all on because I pay for this stuff sometimes. And it's cool to have you on here for. Don't ask me for my PayPal. I'm not sending money, but I'm glad you're here.
Hey, no problem.
No, I appreciate it. I'm just joking. So what I wanted to say more is like I would like to get to know you guys more than just the tarot kind of stuff. You'd like to talk about like your lives a little bit. I know backstage Laura was talking about what she does. If you want to share that with us, you're more than welcome to right now.
Sure.
The Reiki, I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Reiki. Yes, I am a Reiki practitioner, master, and teacher, and a spiritual development coach. And I also read Akashic Records as well as the tarot cards.
Wow.
I had.
And for those who don't know, all the idiots out there, not like me, tell them what Reiki is.
Reiki.
I know. I knew all along,
Reiki is a modality of energy healing. The word Reiki means universal life source. It's the spark of life. It is source or God or Christ consciousness energy. And through being attuned to sigils that turn on and then tune in Reiki, the energy through the practitioner chakras and then out through their hands and other chakras, that you can send the healing energy to another person, either in person or with certain sigils, actually through distance. Do it in the astral.
I've heard of sigil magic. There's like imagery and stuff like that. Is that correct? Is it
yes,
like
something to that effect? Yes. These sigils are based on sigils found in Sanskrit by a Dr. Usui back in the 1800s. And after discovering them, he went to a holy mountain and fasted and meditated for 21 days and was given the enlightenment of, this is how Jesus would have healed.
Wow.
Through touch.
I heard Jared Leto went out to the desert for 12 days once.
Yeah, a little different.
I imagine so. He came back, is right, like when the Corv hit, he came back, he's like, oh, everyone's sick now. Let's go.
Yeah, screw this.
That's interesting to learn. There's a question I have about this kind of stuff, because you can kind of take it a couple ways, like the way you talk about this stuff is very positive, but on the other hand, some people kind of think it's like maybe like black magic or something. There's white magic too as well, right? So and it's kind of which one you side with, I guess, right?
But with Reiki, since it is source energy, it is pure, it is the highest vibrating energy in the universe, which is love. Reiki cannot harm. That's why hospitals have healing hands or healing touch is what practitioners in the hospital, that's Reiki.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Didn't know that.
But you might, with the name Reiki, it kind of carries a woo-woo effect. So, mainstream hospitals go with, healing touch. Healing hands. So just to take the woo-woo
that's
out
crazy.
Of it.
That's kind of wild. I didn't know that. And let me say hey to my buddies real quick in the chat here. Mitz, how are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. I love Mitz. Black Angus as well. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
And he says, love the hair. You like the mullet? It's funny that I'm the one getting the compliments on their hair right now.
You have good hair. You have a good mullet.
Thank you. I just think
that's what I do during the day is guy hair. So I give you a 100 on the hair.
I cut it myself.
Oh,
hey!
Congratulations. That's awesome, man.
I've been cutting my own hair for like over a decade now. There was like a good year there when I got a new job and I was like kind of trying to trim up and I had it cut a few times, at an actual place, but I've been cutting my own hair for a long time. Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, congratulations. A lot of people can't do that.
I know. I mean, I got people asking me to cut them mullets now. I'm like, yeah, I'll get you a mullet, bud.
That's awesome. You need to put like American flag in it. Or
I've been told, my buddy told me he has a barber who can definitely do that. So maybe I will one day. Maybe I will. Maybe it warms up a little bit. Uncle Bones, I don't know if I recognize you.
Hey, Uncle Bones. Good to see you.
He said, I try not to compliment women when brothers get ignored. He's a good guy. He's a personal friend of mine. He's a good guy. I like him. So anyways, we'll get back to the conversation. Krissi, so you cut hair during the day? Just men's.
That's my day job. Yes, I have a barbershop and I'm in town. I'm an undercover tarot reader. Some people know, but I'm in the South, and that is not something that you do down here because we're in the Bible Belt, and I have a lot of Christian friends, and I'm a believer myself. I don't label myself as Christian just because of the times that we're in. When people hear Christian, they put you in a box. I feel like you're categorized immediately.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know what they're talking about because I've experienced that myself my whole life, and by other Christians that I was in church with. So I know the hypocrite, and I just don't want people. I'm very open-minded. I try not to judge people. I love everybody. They may have different beliefs, and They may be
Well,
different
that's why,
from me, but I don't.
y'all are
I'm not to
bosses.
touch.
Yeah.
You all are bosses here at Hoffcast. So thank you. That's why I like y'all, because you just bring positive vibes, good vibes. I really like that. So we'll get into some more conversations. Is there anything else you want to talk about yourselves, what you do, what you're into, anything like that?
I think. And do you have more to say?
No, I'm just giving you the floor.
Okay.
Well, for the last few years, on top, with my spiritual awakening and healing from a massive chronic illness, moved onto a boat with my fiance, and we live on a 40-foot sailboat right now with our 3 boat dogs. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Are you there now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. That's awesome.
Yep. On the boat.
Awesome.
On the boat in the middle of a snowstorm.
I'm not going to get personal or anything. You said that you healed from a chronic illness.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations. That's amazing. Second, do you think that what you're into that helped at all with your healing?
It did. I became very sick back in 2001, and long story short, I wound up having my pancreas, spleen, gallbladder, appendix, female organs, all but 4 inches of my colon all removed, and my stomach is 33% paralyzed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had a massive infection after surviving all of that stuff, that the treatment was what they call back of the shelf antibiotics. So you actually, before they give them to you, you have to sign your life away in front of a lawyer and a notary, saying that you understand that they've told you some of the side effects, the rest of them, they're too many. So we're going to save your life. If anything else happens, oops.
Whoa.
So, okay, fine.
I mean, there's nothing scarier than that. There's literally nothing scarier than that.
So it's like potential side effects, death. Okay. So I took the treatment, and I had infusions for 18 months, 3 times a day, had nurses coming every other day, taking blood draws before and after the infusions, just to make sure that I wasn't being poisoned. Unfortunately, the lab inputted the data wrong, and it turned out I had been poisoned on the first dose.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I suffered brain damage that caused the destruction of my vestibular system, which is the inner ears, and then more damage at the brain stem, or the optical nerve, the ears, the inner ears, and the brain stem all meet, and had to learn how to walk and talk all over again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You gotta be one of the strongest people I've ever talked to in my life. That's amazing. I mean, it's amazing that you're here, you know, and you're doing so well. You seem like you're such a positive person. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I sail on a sailboat.
Yeah.
Like I said, on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever?
That's right. That's right. On a boat. That's right. Best life. My first experience was with Reiki was in the hospital, and I surprised the doctors after that by healing even more than surviving all these times that I did die and came back, and then the other times I almost died. And my doctor was actually furious with me at one point, that after surviving, he came in and yelling at me that you're proving me a liar.
Wow.
Sorry.
A miracle.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Hugh sends really good vibes here and says, to Laura, for me, I hope you get stronger and back stronger than ever before. Peace.
Yes,
that's sweet.
That is.
That's
so
why I love
sweet.
Hoffcast. Get people here. This is something I was thinking about while you were talking. Like, I've never been through anything like that, luckily. But I would imagine after you go through something like that, every day that you live, you kind of like cherish a little bit more, I imagine.
Oh, Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get to experience that, but I don't want to on one hand, but on the other hand, like I think you get to experience something that a lot of people don't, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's freedom from the fear of death, from having experienced it and come back. I know what's over there, and they allowed me to come back and more in tune each time, so that I now can help others, teach others to heal themselves. And that's just what it's about.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. So, Krissi, did you want to like talk about maybe any kind of like paranormal kind of stuff? You want to get into that sort of thing?
Sure. We can.
Cool. Because I know you got a lot to say about this, Krissi. You got the videos, and when I got some of them up, I can actually share them if you want, or you can share them if you want. But either way,
people can they can look at it and determine their own conclusion, I guess. Personally,
absolutely.
I think that they're real just because of repeated experiences that's been happening. And like, I read cards, yeah, but I mean, I'm still a pretty skeptical person. I am. And this has been going on I've been in this building for 2 years, and it's increasingly gotten worse. Whatever this is has gotten worse over time. And like the last thing that happened that scared me, probably the worst, was yesterday. And I wouldn't go in my shop alone because like I have a barber shop in this building, but I have a I don't know, maybe 7,000 or 8,000 square foot building that used to be a funeral home. It was built in the 1850s. And so that's creepy on its own. Yeah. But I've stayed in this building till like 3 o'clock in the morning alone, and just tried to tell myself
3 a.m. witching hour, right?
That's right.
Like, this is not happening. And I would just put my earbuds in and try to pretend like I wasn't seeing the things I was, but contractors have seen it. I can't get contractors to work on it. I was so mad because I wanted this building done by January 2022. And 2021 was just nuts. Like, stuff kept happening over and over again. And
I mean, it's amazing your business is still around after that year, you know?
Right? Well, I try to keep it from my customers for the most part. Like, we will hear stuff, and I know good and damn well we're the only 2 people in that building. And I'll be like, oh, that's such and such, because I don't know what's happening. And there has been times, I know I can't say this word on Facebook or YouTube, but I have gotten my protection thing.
The jab.
Real life protection thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, not the jab. Okay, got you. You got a piece. Okay.
I take that.
Gotcha.
And I go check the building, and there's nobody there. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, it was such and such, because I have no idea where that just came from. Can't explain it. Do not want to freak my customers out. And I'm freaked out, and I'm trying to be like, that didn't just happen. But there's a lady that has a salon right next to me that I rent to, and she kept telling me that somebody's getting in the building, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm going to catch him, because that's how I am. Like, I'm going to catch him. Like, I'll be damned if somebody's coming in my building. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I got a bunch of security cameras. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Because I didn't know if somebody's like coming in my building, or my worst fear is because it was so big, so many hiding spots in this very old building. Mm-hmm. I could have a literal transient living there. Like, there's literal fears that could have been taking place, you know? And that was my biggest fear, was somebody on the outside was in there. And I was fine. And I have not caught one living soul on the camera. But since December, there's been different things happening that I've been able to catch on camera. Like, there were many experiences before that have been shared between me, my boyfriend, and other people present, like people we've had working on the building. Because, I mean, this is an old building, and they used to seal rooms up for God knows why. And we found one. Long story short, we ended up sealing that back up, because I don't know why they did that, but I think it was a good idea. And we just put it back how it was, and was like, no. And that's why I contacted Laura, because Laura is a medium and she saw this. And I've been telling her increase like the things that keep happening. And I can't remember the first time I reached out to her, but I'm just like, things are weird, but I'm like, I can handle this. I can handle it. And I was really good about just ignoring it. And I could be like, that was such and such. Like, I'm good at tricking my brain into believing stuff. You know what I mean? I'm very good at turning on my rational brain. Like, no, it's okay. Except for sometimes, like yesterday, I ran out of the shop when I heard that recording. And I was like, that didn't just happen because there's nobody up there. And there were sounds there that I couldn't explain. I'm like, I'm out. I don't play, man, because when it comes to ghosts and spirits, like, I just, I don't know, because I did grow up Christian. I have that Christian background, and like, I don't know that they're good. I don't know that every ghost is like peace, love, light, and rainbows, and it's scaring the hell out of me. So I have a feeling it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, why are you scaring me? If you're a good ghost, you wouldn't be scaring the piss out of me every time.
Hey, maybe they just want a haircut.
That's right.
It's been a while since I had one, you know?
Yeah.
Could be.
This is something. Oh, go ahead.
There's also been a recent death there too. I was in the building next door waiting for this spot to come available. And when the last lady left, I moved over there. But right before she left, it's crazy. They found a dead body on the roof. Yeah. And he had been there for like, there's like this breezeway out there, and he had been there for 8 months. And honestly, like, I've always been scared of that. My customers, a lot of them are in that field, and they're the ones that worked that scene and told me about it. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's always been a joke that it's been haunted by this person. But I think it's really haunted by this person or something. Like, it's coming true.
Wow.
So I don't know.
It's not a good sign, you know. You got a dead body on the roof. Or
right.
That never bodes well.
The worst place for it. But anyways, you're not in the sun all day.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention first of all, real quick, in the chat, gun-toting mama.
You know it, Trumpy Bear. You already know.
But what I wanted to say is, me personally, just off here, I've never in my life actually seen anything paranormal, a ghost or anything like that. It's not that I don't believe that these things exist, because I got several good friends who've told me their stories time and time again. They tell them the same way over and over. And I'm just like, I believe you, but I've never had one single I'm like, maybe I'm not tuned to it or something. I don't know what's going on. But I've never once seen a ghost, seen anything weird, never had cabinets open. The only time my cabinets are open, like whenever I get up in the morning, I walk out there, some of my cabinets are open. I'm like, I was too drunk last night, you know, and left them open getting some Cheez-Its. But I personally have. Do you think that's like, you have to be attuned to it? Do you have to have like a certain kind of, I've seen UFOs, but I've never seen like a ghost or anything.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you've seen UFOs. That's a pretty good thing. Yeah. But I think they're pretty natural, honestly. I think they're pretty governmental. But I think that you have to be open to it in a way. Yeah. I think that it can happen to people unexpectedly. But I do think for some reason there are people who are more apt to things happen to them. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but I do feel that. I feel that there are people that they're attracted to, maybe experiences in that person's life, something they've been through, maybe that has opened them up, because the reason that I'm reading cards now, 2018, at the end of that, I lost my youngest daughter. And, you know, reading cards and everything is how I got through it. And that's why I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I just got way more in touch with that intuitive side after that, because I tried so much, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to align myself, because I do believe in all that. Like she's talking about the Reiki. And as far as it being dark magic or any of that, I don't believe that's true at all, or I wouldn't dabble in it, because my higher power is God. You know what I mean? Like, that's my ultimate. And because I have been conflicted about cards in the past, that's why I've quit reading at times. But I believe in a way it may be a gift from God. Like,
wow, okay,
that's
wow.
what I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Laura was going to say something there a minute ago. So go ahead.
The ability, the whole this reality runs on intention. So if at some point,
now we're getting deep. Let's go.
Yeah, at some point as a child, especially, you set the intention. Being scared from a ghost movie or something. Man, I don't want to see anything. Then that intention is set and you will not see anything.
It's probably what happened to me when I was younger.
It's
all scary movie. I'm like, yeah, that's that. I don't want no part of that.
Screw
Watch
that.
Poltergeist, and I was done.
Yeah. And so, but once you start seeing that intention is running this reality, and you can set your intention not only to see or hear or sense an entity, but that you can also set the intention for anything else, because as everything is made of energy, our thoughts manipulate it.
I was always scared that if it's like letting the cat out of the bag, like once you do it, like there's no going back to not seeing that stuff anymore. So I was always too scared to let the cat out of the bag.
I understand that.
And I get, that it makes sense. But again, set the intent. If you get too wigged out, set the intention again. I'm done. I've seen all I want to see. Don't show me anymore.
That's my energy.
I said
we're good.
Well, I said I've never seen any ghosts. I have, like, you remind me when you said something a little bit ago, Krissi. I have seen, like, I've had dreams of people I know who have passed, and I feel like they're kind of like, sometimes I feel like they're coming to me in my dreams talking to me. I don't know. It just might be my brain or whatever, but no, I don't know. It seems kind of
connect with something when we sleep. We go somewhere, and I'm not sure what you want mentioned on your channel and what you don't, but there's a certain...
You can say whatever you want as long as you don't talk about the Corvid too much, because they don't like that here.
So the only way that I've truly been able to blast off and break through to the other side has been via DMT. I cannot naturally do it. I've tried to via the pineal gland and stimulating. There's whole science.
I've dabbled in psychedelics, so no judgment here. All right.
Okay. But you hadn't done DMT yet?
No, I've not done DMT. I've not. No.
It'll find
I had offered once, but I just got off work, and he's like, "Hey," my buddy's like, "Hey, you want a trip?" I was like, "I wasn't ready for this."
Not today. I understand that.
Years ago.
I was about to tell you though, DMT finds you at the perfect time. Is what I think about it. Like, it will find you. Set the intention, how she's talking about. Open your spirit to it, but that is really what helped me. And during a day or several,
I can't even get weed. How do I find that?
Like I said, it finds you, because I would have personally never been able to find it either, because that's pretty exotic. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know where to go. But in that's the same state. Like she's talking about the Akashic Records.
Yeah,
it's all the same. And because I knew when I went on this
and for someone who's an idiot, what are the Akashic Records? Not me. I know what they are.
I know you do. The Akashic Records.
My whole chat knows, but just anyone.
Yeah, of course. The Akashic Records is like the central mainframe for all the information in the universe.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Yeah, every
sounds important.
It's a big library, but every soul has its own book of life or book of the soul, and
like a social security number.
Yes, essentially, yes.
Exactly. Yes, and by anyone can go into meditation, go into alpha state, trigger the DMT, and that's naturally made in your own brain also. And
Sorry.
but I'm not, no, you know, I love psychedelics, so don't, you know, I'm not ditching it. But you can trigger the same DMT in your own brain.
You ladies are cool, by the way. Chat real quick. Wiki Supremacy says, matter's energy condensed to a slow vibration. We are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves. Looks like Laura agrees with that.
Absolutely.
Very well said.
I agree to that to a certain extent, but yes, pretty much. But I think there's still a God above us all.
Oh, yes.
that has the final say in everything.
It said that was my senior quote. If it was, you just rocked everybody with that one.
Oh my gosh.
So, do you want to would you like to go over some of these videos that
are
yes, on your channel?
I'm sorry,
yeah,
I'm like a squirrel.
Oh, you're fine.
And yes, we can.
You kind of tell us what's
do you
going
want me
on
to share
here,
them, or do you have them up?
If you, I have your webpage up, but if you want to share and control what you're showing, go ahead. I'd rather you show them that way because you know what you're trying to put out there, where I might not give you the right thing. So
okay, let me go to my channel real quick. Let's see here. Y'all can go ahead and talk to Laura.
Oh yeah, Laura, go ahead.
Let me load this.
No dead air.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, while she's looking for that, I actually lived in a haunted house that was built on an Indian burial ground here in St. Louis back in the early 2000s, right?
Quick question. Did you buy it without knowing that, or did you buy it knowing that?
I had an inkling that something was wrong at how fast the owners ran from the house. That should have been like major red flag.
Been 5 families there in 2 years.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. Yeah, so it should have been a clue in, but no. I was working in politics at the time, so quite asleep. So I ignored all the red flags and moved in there, and that was 5 years of pure hell.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. I want to hear more about that in a little bit. I definitely want to hear more about that. But yeah, let's watch this. Okay. If you can full screen it, that I will see a little bit better. Cool.
This is
because I'm bad at that. That's why I said
it. This is the upstairs storage room at my building. This is directly above my barber shop, and this is the first of the orbs. This happened. This set my camera off one time from 12:18 to 19 for about 11 or 12 hours, 40-50 times. These two weird lights.
That's kind of it's kind of weird because if they're connected.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I dismissed it at first, and
they don't behave like orbs normally do.
It tripped me out, and each to their own on it. But
do you have that video where you and Rusty come in the door?
I was going to show him this just to give him an idea of what they are, and then I was going to go to that one. But I wanted to see them how they
think that's like one entity or two?
Yeah. I think it's
tethered.
One. I think it's
I'm
one.
not sure. Okay,
because of this next video is the reason I think it's one entity. Okay. I think it's attempting to materialize.
That dude from the roof.
It could be.
There's no telling because I know it's been a funeral home all this time, so who knows? You know what I mean?
It may not even be a human entity at that point. Yeah.
That's scary.
Well, all the residual energy left over from the deceased bodies fluffing their energy could actually condense into its own entity.
Right.
And then you got issues.
I'm listening.
The chat real quick here. Bane says, "Hey Hoff, we're live tonight too. First Lego building stream. My boy's crushing it right now." That's I saw that stream up and it was the same time mine. I was disappointed I couldn't watch. I'm sorry, but thanks for stopping by here, man. I hope you're having a good time over there.
I gotta tell my youngest about that one. She and her fiance do that.
Nick says I think it's 6 million entities. Well, that's
Okay, here's where they come to the door, I think. This is when we're about to enter the door, because me and my boyfriend came up here and checked it to make sure there wasn't anything obviously wrong with the camera. Like, I made him get out of bed. We're still in our pajamas, and we went on the other side of town because I had to figure out what was setting my camera off. I'm like, this is just too weird.
Did you see how they were bigger? You could see them get smaller as they went.
Because they get closer.
It went past the camera.
Yeah, now watch them as they come in the door.
It sounds horrible in here. I may have to mute it.
Oh, no way.
So much.
Isn't that bizarre?
Because there's so much interference on the camera. I'm viewing, when I'm looking at my phone right now, I don't see them with my naked eye. I'm viewing them from the camera footage.
Do you think that's like the same thing as like the ghost hunters doing the, what are they called, the EVP or whatever? Like they
have a lot
electronics.
They got a ton.
No, I didn't mean specifically. What I was asking is like, do they manifest through electronics sometimes?
Yes, they
like
do. Oh, all the time. It's energy, and it's easier for them to manifest from things, especially radio waves. They can manipulate those really easily.
Oh, whoa. That's why you hear like crazy stuff all the time. Like if you're white static, white noise. Exactly. That's why I never want to leave my TV on with, like with just static or whatever. There was I don't know if you've all ever seen the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? It was big when I was a kid.
Oh, Nickelodeon.
There's an episode where the static TV was there and these like weird creatures started coming through, and I was terrified of it after that. Like, no static. It's like the least harmful thing in the world, static on your TV, but I'm terrified of it.
I don't blame you.
These new ones don't really have too much. They're just watching you instead all the time.
Instead.
But that's it, and I have them turn it back off and it comes back, but it wasn't there when the light was on. But I had several videos, and I have like looked at all of them, and some of them they leave and enter this hallway to the left and they come back in. Like, I have noticed.
Well, show as much as you want here. I have as much time as you all have. I forgot to ask you that earlier. Like, we can go as long as if you guys got to be off a certain time, I'm cool with that. I just want to get everything in, but
I don't think I have a bedtime tonight. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Cool. Let's
that
roll
was
it.
That one. That was us checking that out, and there wasn't anything on the camera, and it didn't do it after this day. It done it a few more times and then stopped, and it's never happened again in that building. All these videos are from that one night, and I did have a expert look at it, and he said it could have been something with the infrared technology, the tracking on it, but
I don't know.
It's weird if it is. It's weird if it is, because it's not behaving kind of in that pattern that would usually follow. It doesn't follow really any pattern, like anything you can debunk it with, or an orb. It doesn't follow any of it.
And it's weird how it gets bigger and smaller. Like you can see the depth of it going farther and closer. That's the way. If it was just the same size, that would be something like a glare maybe. But this is weird how it's like
And like you can tell at the candles and some of the videos, I'm not sure if it's this one, but there's one video where it enters from, can y'all see my mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Where it enters from this side of the room coming this way. And you see them kind of go through the candles. And that's how I could tell the depth perception on them, that sometimes they would be back here. And then other times they were up here because I saw them in front of the candles.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my downstairs storage. That happened the night that me and her were doing a live on this. And I was like, oh, no, because I'm all about, like, I tell people, don't acknowledge it. Don't give it any power, and it can't hurt you. Like, that's what I always say. And I feel like talking about it gave it power.
No, we're doing it right now. It threw electronics.
Exactly.
It's stronger by the second.
Let's stoke that fire.
All right. That's the orb. And those videos or whatever, those are the only two orbs I've caught, whatever. But this is the video. I'm about to show y'all the one that I'm doing. Like, call the exorcist, the priest, the medium, get them all here right now. is how I felt after this happens. What's up?
By the way, when you were on your lists there, your playlists, I saw your liked video, Hoffcast Live. Thank you very much for liking the video. I saw it on there. I made the thumbnail. I recognize it. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all listen to this one. There's no sound here, or there's no motion other than it cutting off because of, oh, I have it muted. Hang on. There's a train at first. Bear with me through it. Wait till about 26 or 27. Can y'all hear it?
See, I'm glad you're doing this because I would, you know your content, you know.
Could y'all hear that? I couldn't hear it that well, but could y'all?
I heard something. Yeah.
Okay, let me back it up because I'm on the screen. What am I doing? Stop!
Oh,
There we go. Okay.
Whoa.
That's a train. Don't worry
just
about
a train.
Oh, okay.
Those are the trumpets of destiny where the apocalypse is happening. So
okay, you're right. Right here, I think it's at 27 or 28 mark. Start listening. You're gonna hear two like distinct sounds that are not the train. The train's several blocks away, even though we heard the horn. So y'all ready?
Yeah.
Wait about 5 seconds and then we'll hear it.
Sounds like it's roaring.
Right? Does it not?
Chubby Bear said it's gonna be supercharged after this show.
Oh, most definitely.
Dang, we
no
might be doing
sleep
something bad.
tonight, Chrissy.
Hey, he's welcome on Hoffcast. I'll have the ghost on here if he wants to come on one time. So let him know. I'd like to have a real ghost on here.
I was thinking about doing a live from the shop. I'm kind of creeped out. Whoa, what is happening in my life right now? Turn that off. Do what?
I'll be with you virtually.
Right? Like, I kind of want some other flesh and blood there with my face.
I'd subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, really.
That's what they need to do is just go in there and ask and be like, "Do you want a YouTube channel? Is that why you're famous, doing this?"
Exactly.
Trying to get followers, trying to get monetized.
Yeah, Mrs. is fun.
But what's scary is like if something starts talking back to me, I'm gonna lose it. Like I'm not gonna be emotionally okay. That happens, and I still have to work at this place because I have a very successful business downstairs that I don't want to leave. You know what I mean?
Oh, so, details.
Would you have someone in there to try to like exercise it or something, or like a priest
and
or
Laura
a holy water?
Will get up here. Well, I do have.
Yeah,
Catholic
I'll come
friends,
down and take care of it.
And I'm debating talking to them. Like I'm being serious, and I'm like, I don't know if I need a medium or a priest or what. Like I don't know, or Trumpy Bear. I do have some Ghostbusters I could call. I feel like I could have them roll up.
But I've removed attachments and closed portals, so I'll come down and take a look at your place.
Whoa, hold on, you can't just skip over closing portals like that. Tell me about that. Like, you can't just skip over that like it's not I closed portals. Like, tell me about that.
Well, it's part of Reiki. You heal anything and everything. And so when you're working on a client, sometimes people have attachments. Sometimes they come to me for Reiki because they know they have an attachment. And I go in the astral with my guides and perform Reiki on the client and remove the attachments. And then through astral travel, go to their residence or wherever the portal they say is. And with the help of a gatekeeper and some angels, we close the portals and seal them.
Whoa. Okay.
But what he said though?
What?
But what Wookiee said, though,
Yeah.
Let me put that up there. Yeah, he says, doesn't cleansing a place just make it worse?
I've heard that.
No. I'm not cleansing it. We go in. We remove. This is all done in the astral. We remove the entity from the being attached to the client, then remove any attachment to.
Is he attached to me or the building?
The building.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not you, sweetie. Your entity knows the entity
just jumps in your purse and you take it home.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that, and I'm terrified of something like that happening because no demons or ghosts allowed in my house.
No.
I've been here for 13 years.
Get out, ghosts. That's just you said. Get out, ghosts.
Get out. That's right. So, but yeah,
throw my ass down the stairs too.
Do you all meditate? Like I obviously I believe Laura does. I think meditation is like yoga. I don't know if yoga and meditation, they're not necessarily the same thing. I know that.
But they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Yeah.
Yoga.
I used to meditate a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I never got like to a higher level or anything, but I did find calmness in my days and my own personal
feel better. Yeah. It makes you feel better about yourself, and that's why I do. It just helps me. It gives me clarity. Like in the mornings,
definitely one of those things. The more you do it, the more it helps. Like you can't just go in and do it once, and I haven't done it in a while, but there for a little bit, I could tell like a big difference in my calmness. Obviously, I'm not calm right now.
Oh yeah,
watching my shows, I'm not calm. I need to meditate again, I guess.
The monkey brain goes wild throughout the day, and if you can calm it down and remind the monkey brain that actually the higher self is in control, and we're going to do what we came here to do, meditation will take you far.
I definitely found it to be beneficial. Like I said, I never got to like a higher level, but just in my just my calmness and just my overall well-being.
That's hard.
Clear-minded, I guess. So
yeah, exactly.
You have to stay really involved with it. Like you have to make it your life. Like spirituality has to be life to get to that point. I can't explain. For me, that was my experience with it. It was the hardest thing I've ever tried to do, and I barely got there. And when DMT came into my life, I was just like everybody says that's the cheater's way, which I agree. I can understand. It may be the cheater's way, but it's the only way I can personally do it. And I want to know because like I'm not really a dabbler in that world of stuff, but I was aware of what DMT, or I found out what DMT was after my friends told me it. When they first told me, I'm just like, y'all are out of y'all's minds, okay? And I thought they really needed some like psychiatric help. I really did. And then I'm like, for some reason, okay, yeah, let's try this. And then I'm like, oh, I get it now. Y'all aren't crazy. Just playing. JK, I get it.
I have been to some higher planes doing drugs. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I've done a lot. I mean, I'll be honest. I've done some shrooms. I had a bout with some LSD there for a minute. I don't think I'll go back to LSD. I really didn't like the way it made me feel. I love the psilocybin though. I love the psilocybin.
I don't consider those drugs. I don't consider
those are God-given plants.
They are. 100%. I believe that too.
You can't tell me that Jesus didn't trip.
John the Baptist was, I think. JK.
Hey, I want to say hey to Real Cosmology. Glad you're here, but not reading that comment. Not reading that comment. sorry. It's on you. You can own that one. I'm not owning it.
Yeah.
That dude is a trip, man. He is a trip. I watched the honking.
Oh, I love him. He's a great guy. Not reading that comment, though. Sorry, not coming up.
I don't know if that's YouTube appropriate.
No, I don't know if it's appropriate. Period. I love the guy. He's got a good sense of humor. He's got a good sense of humor.
He does.
That is hilarious.
Our way to heaven.
That's right.
Yes. That was a trip. Oh man.
I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the Ouija boards? They scare the
bad
crap out of me.
mojo. No.
Yeah, scare the crap out. I've used one once at a friend's house, and it was weird, man.
There is a safe way to use them if. And those are three big ifs. And that
I'd say the safest way to use one is to not. But
there you go. That's
exactly.
my view on it.
Now, that haunted house I lived in, everything got worse when my 12-year-old got a Ouija board for her birthday. And I said, you're not opening this. It's going back to the store. You can pick out anything else. And, in my children's infinite wisdom, they went ahead and used it. And that just made things terrible. And then
if you don't have a haunting, that's how you get a haunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Is a Ouija board like a portal to like another
It is.
thing?
It opens a portal. And if you know what you're doing, if you know what you're doing and you open the portal properly and you close the portal properly, it can be used safely. But those are ifs that you shouldn't play with.
Nick, I said Ouija board, not wedgie board, dude.
Close. You screw with the
chessboard.
wedgie.
Saying, hey, I'm not familiar with chess. Maybe you all know this person, but I'm new to my channel. So,
hey, darling, how are you tonight? Glad you came over here.
Yeah.
I just had a thought, but go ahead if you want to go on about the Ouija boards anymore. Like,
just don't.
Whenever you did it with the other people, like, was there ever a time you thought like maybe someone else was moving it, or was it like just really like happening?
Oh, it's obvious. It's not anyone moving it. It's
Go
ahead. Yeah, it's beyond obvious. Sorry.
I remember what I was going to ask you all now. You ever done any seances, anything like that?
Yes.
Candles.
I hadn't. But
I read people's Akashic Records. So I go in and I pull out their book of life, and I can tell them anything they want to know that the guides will give me privy to about the past, present, and future of this incarnation, past lives, future lives, such and so. And one of the things that I experienced during meditation before reading someone's records is the people coming in, the deceased loved ones that give messages. And it is neat to talk to someone that you have never met before, and then you go and you talk to the human and you say, oh, by the way, this person says this, and you realize that okay, it was a real thing. I wasn't just hallucinating. Do
you think these spirits that you can communicate with through like seances and Ouija boards, do you think they're like stuck in a limbo or something? They're not in heaven or hell or something like that? Like, how do they are they in heaven or hell and they can contact us
in
there?
The spirit, well, there is no hell.
If you believe in that, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't. God forgives everything, and so even if you turn away and you do the most evil of evils, eventually God will take you back.
That's true for humans. I believe that for humans, but not for demons. If it's demons, demons have never had a mortal body. They have always been alive. They've always been, but they've never had a living vegetable.
God created everything, so he also created the demons, and they too can be saved. They can come back into the whole fold by relinquishing all that negativity and becoming light again.
I didn't know that. That's new.
I know.
This whole show is blowing my mind tonight. I'm loving having y'all on. Let me chat real quick. Trumpy Bear said, real cosmology, I laughed so hard watching you and Hoff's live the other night.
Oh my God,
friends. Thank you so much. That was hilarious when he was doing the celebrities. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That was gold Hoffcast content right there. And I have to thank Real Cosmology for making that happen. For sure.
I died at least 5 times on that note. That was good.
Mr. Hughes says, Krissi, you should be happy living in a place that the dead. I'm not sure. exactly what he's asking. Maybe he's saying that you should be like thankful, like you should be like, this is an opportunity, you know, to
a lot of people have said that, and like I wish I had their bravery. I wish I wish I was as brave as you.
It's not when it's real, it's real. You don't want to do it. You can tell someone else to, but once you're in it, like no. It's like, oh yeah, I'd jump into that. I'd jump into that tank of sharks. Yeah, well, go for it. Nah, I'm good. Real Cosmology has I think this is a mind bender right here. He says, what do you think about reincarnation being false? And that obviously his view, because it's infinite regress. He says, if God forgives everything, then good and evil does not exist.
Good and evil.
Well, I think. Okay, go on. Go ahead. Take this one.
Everything is innately neutral until, well, on this plane of existence, everything is innately neutral. All experiences are neutral until the monkey brain assesses an emotion, whether it be positive or negative. But when it comes to the cosmos, are there nefarious beings? Yes, they are a lower vibrational being. It is a high vibration all the way down to the lowest of low vibrations. And they will do evil acts, but that is a construct of the human brain. The energy is energy.
So energy itself is just, it's neutral.
Energy. Yeah.
Well, it can be low, it can be high. It depends on the frequency that the energy resonates.
Energy is.
And I think that demons
high and low
lower
frequencies. That's something great to talk about that I wanted to kind of get into.
Yeah.
And that's where meditation comes into play. Yes. And really it's about raising your vibrations, not just so you can possibly commune with the other side, but I mean, it makes you feel better, like you're happier. And
absolutely,
I'm more grateful. Like I really try to be grateful with what, you know what I mean? Like I really try to live every day and just take, and I try. I'm not saying I do.
It's hard sometimes. I know.
Yeah.
But meditation helps drastically with that, because especially if you're in a bad place or you're feeling down or anything, any stress is going on, like I really tell people, like, meditate and pray. I mean, you're going to figure stuff out so much quicker that way you are. And that's kind of why I read cards, because for me, it's a thought process. It's advice. It's not a hardcore future. It's not. That's not what it tells
it's not fortune telling.
It's advice. And every decision you make, it could be that ending, or you could change that ending. It depends on what you were willing to put into it. But I think frequencies play.
Well, I mean, from what I've heard, like there's a lot of things that lower our frequencies, and it's being done intentional, just like the lies on the news, everything from like alcohol to drugs, if you use them the wrong way or whatever,
and
you know.
And don't forget food,
like social media as well.
Food, and food,
but the food is the big one. Yeah, social media. But food they've removed certain things from our foods, magnesium for one. And
they put so much other stuff in it too.
And in that, and now they put they put poisons in it, and then they lace the air with other chemicals that make it harder to absorb the nutrients that we do need, if you can find them. You know, the genetically modified foods are so genetically modified you can't even call them food anymore. And all of that, the more refined, the more processed, the more modified the food, the lower the vibration, the easier it is for you to be controlled. The more natural the food, the higher the vibration.
I was thinking about this recently, Laura. I was thinking like, I would like to like eat better. At the same time, I don't know how. Like literally, I don't know where to find anything that I can trust that's better. It's all coming from a company or something. I'm like, what do I know to trust? You know, it's hard to make those decisions. And you can read the label all day, but who knows if they're telling you the truth?
It depends where you're at, though. Like me and you are super lucky in our locations. Not everybody has it. But as close to natural as possible, like grass fed from your local place. It also helps with allergies too, because I have really bad allergies. And if you eat local food, locally raised beef, chicken, local vegetables, local honey is really good.
Yes, within a 30-mile radius.
For sinuses. But
yeah, I bad
in my opinion,
for sure.
In my opinion, like that helps a lot of things, not just spiritual clarity, but also
just
mental
for the
clarity
body to function.
And makes you just feel better to eat organic. I don't as much as I should.
Yeah,
but
the biggest thing you have to get rid of
pizza rolls every night.
Yes. That when you're talking about reading the labels and things, you have to realize that some of the biggest things that you have to get rid of is in everything. Refined sugar, straight poison.
I mean, you're right. Aspartame.
You think there's fluoride in the tap water that messes with our pineal gland?
Oh yeah. That's
I mean, I know there is. I know it's a fact, but you think it's like a big deal? Like it's actually harming us and everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Hitler did research on it before the other countries co-opted it and started enforcing it. Yes,
I don't drink tap water. I won't drink tap water.
You should do.
We had this conversation the other night. I don't. I try to drink bottled water, distilled water. Something
not Aquafina. That stuff ain't water.
Right.
And are there any filters out there that actually filter out the fluoride, or can you even do that from the tap water?
Yes, you can.
I should research that.
No, you can. You can. You have to get it. You have to have like a 5-stage filter system.
Reverse osmosis.
The microns. Yes. Carbon and drop the microns really low. And then if you really want to go further, get an alkaline system and make it alkaline.
It's very expensive. And I'm not 100%.
A whole system is expensive, but you could get their version of a Brita filter, and the balancing out your pH in your body is vital for the body to function properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard of like alkaline in water, and I hear alkaline batteries. I'm like, it's acid
alkaline
or something.
Alkaline versus acid.
I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm learning right now. That's why I have questions.
Yeah, no,
you all are very patient with me. I appreciate your patience.
I talk on really bizarre subjects, so I understand.
I feel like I'm slightly keeping up. I might be dragging a little bit behind.
But
I'm kind of keeping up a little bit.
The fact that you're even interested says volumes. Like that's a lot. That's a big.
I try to keep an open mind about everything, because if you don't, then you don't know.
Never learn anything.
You'll never learn anything. For one thing, you'll never experience things that you've never even thought of before. And I think to close your mind off, even like to other people or just any new ideas, is doing yourself a disservice. So that's why I'll talk to literally anyone on my show. But having you all tonight, you're not just anyone. You're a very special guest, and I appreciate you all having me. I'm just saying, like, I'm the kind of guy who I will talk to. I'll have a conversation with anyone just because I want to learn, and I don't want to fight. I just want to learn what your point of view is, so I can better understand you, and we can maybe fix things, or at least agree to disagree.
Wouldn't that be a nice thing? Yeah.
I am. Dang, right?
I think there needs to be a lot more conversations happening like this. A lot more.
Yes, exactly.
If more people had these kinds of conversations, we would not be where we're at today. I guarantee it.
Exactly. I'm trying to fix the world one stream at a time.
Right, I feel you,
on a mission from God.
Blues Brothers.
That's right.
There you go.
Chat real quick. I'm gonna get to the chat because I've missed a lot of comments, and I do like to kind of keep up with my chat. Sorry to interrupt, but I love my viewers.
Cut us off at any time.
Shane says, "What's up, guys?" Shane's a personal friend of mine. I work with him. He's a great guy. He says, what I like about Shane is when it comes to an issue in the world or just anything, he kind of puts it down in one sentence, just flat, and that's it. It's like, oh, okay, I wish I could do that. I talk for 4 hours on my show, but you just state it right there as it is. He's no bullshit, as you said. Mitt says, cards give you insight to the influences in your life. Some you are aware of, and some you are not.
Absolutely.
True story. True story.
Oh, that reminds me of something else I wanted to ask you all about here in just a minute. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget, because I think it's a very important thing to ask. But anyways, let me get through some more of the chat here. Trump Bear says the farmer's market. Yeah, I need to find one around.
Oh,
me
yes.
for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
I had a Whole Foods near me and it shut down. I guess they were too expensive or something. I don't know. That's also the other problem with eating healthy is it seems to be more expensive.
Incredibly expensive. Incredibly expensive.
It's worth it, right? I mean, it's your body. It's what
so much worth it. Yeah. If you have an
Aldi's
near you, they're great.
I feed my daughter like chicken nuggets. So, I mean, I can't say I'm like the perfect person when it comes to, I try though. I try. That's key word, try.
Nick says, I don't think they have the resources to spray stuff in the air, though. I agree. The best food is organic and grown by yourself. Nick, I have to say, I like you, sir. I'm going to have to disagree with you saying the resources, they don't have enough resources. I believe they're totally spraying the air. Have you not seen chemtrails? I probably shouldn't have said that term, but you ever seen? I see them a lot, and I have a picture on my Instagram of a picture I took, and it's so obvious. They're all crisscrossed. They're not clouds. They're all crisscrossed and shit, and they stayed there for hours.
And they get bigger, and they completely block out the sun by sunset.
Exactly, they spread out. So I respect your opinion, Nick, but I think they do have.
They used to not do
resources for that. Yeah,
but yes, you should be growing your own food if at all possible. We even go on our boat.
Nick's a fisherman. Yeah, he found some roll mushrooms today while fishing. Congrats, man! I don't even know what that is, but I don't know. It sounds tasty, or does it make you trip? Real was going back to his comment earlier. I don't know if you want to keep going on about this. You're welcome to rebuttal if you'd like. He said, what about the infinite regressive reincarnation? Everything would have to come from a past life. There would have to be a singular beginning. What must I do to not reincarnate into a Rothschild?
Stay human for one. Just keep your vibration up and don't drink blood. That would be my biggest.
But he also said the whole pattern of nature is that everything has a singular beginning that expands out.
Yes, the singular beginning would have been source itself as a single entity, and then creating slivers of itself as souls, and those souls creating other slivers, and all to figure out what source is, and to come back to the one, to find unity in all.
That's what I was gonna say. The words out of my mouth.
I'm sorry. I took philosophy in college.
Mr. Yu says, Krissi, you living in a funeral. Back to the thing where we were talking about earlier, it might be a positive thing that you're experiencing this. You live in a funeral home. You should be happy with many thoughts that has been in the place at the time. So he's saying,
I appreciate it. I'm trying to restore the building and keep a historical structure. Like I am trying. I just wish I had contractors that would stay and work on it for me. But I'm proud of the history of it. It's just scary.
Yeah, no one's asking for that. No one's asking for it for sure. My buddy Brandon here, he's also a personal friend of mine. Great guy. Love the guy to death. He's my brother. He says, yo, shout out to Laura Aquafina Semesti.
It is.
He's one of the funniest guys I know, by the way.
Yeah, and I don't know if they restructured it or not, but I know several years back it wouldn't. You put it in the freezer and it won't freeze.
Whoa,
I'm sorry,
that's weird.
That's not water.
You remember that snow we got a few years back? I think it was probably like 5 years ago.
Oh, not just a few years back. Yeah. There was a couple areas that got some again this year. Yeah, it's not melting. It's plastic.
That comes from the chemtrails and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trumpy Bear says Hoff one man can make a difference. I
that's right.
I like that, man. Thank you for saying that. That makes me feel good inside. It really does.
You put out really good energy. You really do.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not here to talk about me, though. I appreciate that. I don't take compliments well. I'm not gonna lie. Mitt says I was seeing trails by the moon last night.
Yes, yeah. It was a full moon, so they try to block those too.
Says it was strange because I don't really see them at night.
Usually don't, but it was a really powerful one.
Nick says he thinks the spray is fear porn, but to each their own. I mean, I get that point of view as well, man.
Yeah,
I totally
I
get that.
understand that.
There's a lot of lies in the world too, for
Well,
sure.
they're
But just for me,
admitting,
my personal experience
But
of seeing
they've-
this stuff is
yeah.
why I believe in it. So
and the
They-
fact that they've admitted it.
they have admitted, I mean, they admit and they tell us that they're trying to cloud seed every day using silver oxide. Like, you can Google that. That is not good for humans.
No.
At
Real
all. Not
Cosmology
good for
makes
your
a good
heart.
point. Yeah, he makes a good point saying jet fuel, I guess, hoax. It was talking about the 9/11 incident,
Yes.
21 years ago. About
Mhm.
it's an interesting perspective to most chemtrails being contrails. I don't know exactly what he's saying with that, but maybe he's saying sometimes he's hard to read. I'm not gonna.
I grew. My father designed. Chemtrails and contrails are not hard to tell apart. They're just not. Contrails dissipate as the further the plane gets from
They
the
don't
end of
stay
it.
around
Whereas
all day and,
chemtrails,
like,
they
grow.
just
Yeah,
keep going.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't do them in
Contrails
patterns
dissipate
either,
'cause
because I see the patterns.
No.
It's planned out. Like they
Kids
have
are up there playing
a path that
tic-tac-toe.
they have a plan. Yeah, exactly, exactly like that. Yes, amazing. Yes,
There's so
But yeah,
much, like, if you look into DARPA, NOAA, NASA, like the beginning of all those programs, that, like, all through the Vietnam War, it started way before that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
they started admitting to the American public what they were doing.
Yeah.
And like Project Fury, Project Storm Fury, that's a good one. Like, that's what, when I try to debate people on weather manipulation, like, I just stick to the facts of what we do know. Like, that's enough. It
Yeah.
really is. Like, that happened back in the 60s and 70s. And that's enough for me to be like, okay, that was the 60s and 70s. It is 2022. They had that technology 50. What do we have today?
yeah.
Come on.
Did they have iPhones back in them days? No. Who knows what they have now when we're talking about this kind of
They
stuff?
probably
like
had
technology.
iPhones. We
Well,
Okay,
did
you're
not.
right. I do believe that theory that the technology is far beyond us,
Oh,
and we
for
get
sure.
it later.
Oh,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure. Because UFOs, like, I think the UFOs that they declassified, I 100% believe that that's our technology. That is our technology. And it's a complete psyop, because they're not, I was talking about this with somebody earlier today, they're not going to tell your Navy pilots, your submariner, like anybody in this area or in the military.
Compartmentalized, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just
And it
for
comes from
certain
the
people.
dark black projects down. There's probably really high ups within the military that have no idea. I think it goes way, way up. But
I do too. I think we don't even know the names of a lot of these people that are way up there. Well, never will.
Right.
Never will.
That's the
And a lot of the blame, shadow government, exactly. A lot of the blame gets put on people that they put out as figureheads or puppets and stuff.
Right.
And that's their job. Just like
He
Justin
doesn't
Trudeau.
know what's going on. Not JB. Brandon has no idea like what's going on. I feel sorry for the dude, because he is just somebody's old granddad with Alzheimer's up there. You know, it's
He just puts the suit on every day and does his best to read. That's all he does.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you go sit in the Oval Office today, and you're gonna play president. You just dress up, and you put your suit on, you sit there and smile for the camera. Like, that's how it goes. And then some days they push his food tray up to him, and they're just like, "Now this is the Oval Office. You're in your Oval Office, and you are president."
That's why the green screen is
today.
behind him.
Exactly. Right.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Eat your
allegedly.
peas.
The chat, Mr. Hughes says we are evil to ourselves with chemtrails in the air. It's coming down to land and plus the water. We will go like the Mayan people. Whoa!
I don't think we'll go as the Mayan people, but yes.
Do we even know how they went yet?
No, I don't know.
No, I don't think we do.
But he's just saying we'll disappear, I guess, probably, if we keep doing these things.
Yes,
he probably will. He's probably right.
Real Cosmology says jet fuel hoax is that the planes use little to no fuel because of the hidden tech in the engines. I've heard about this. I've heard this theory before where like jet fuel has not gone up in price in like 30 years or something like that. So it's mainly like just to get it off the ground and get it up there, they need the fuel, but the propulsion or they got like, you know,
from that. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes from like air or something, like some kind of way of doing that. So
how could they not? How could they not have that technology? If they have everything else, why wouldn't they be applying rocket technology to planes at this point? They know enough. Like, We have enough technology to make that possible. That's why I can believe that. I can get on that train.
Mitch says, I've seen the Kabbalah tree and chemtrails. Woo.
Wow.
They're spelling stuff out up there for you.
Hey, they might be.
Pay attention. Real quick, I'm gonna get right through the chat real quick, and then we're gonna get into some more stuff. Maybe do the readings soon if you all are up for that. But I did have a couple more questions before we get into that, because I do want to, while you're here, I want to ask you as much as possible, because I'm learning so much right now. And I appreciate you all. You're awesome. Bosses. Real Cosmology says it's concentrating and combusting the gases in the air. The atmosphere also does not work how mainstream science tells us. I believe that.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I know. Yeah.
Mitt says Brandon was malicious in his day. That's true. He's not looking. He's not innocent.
No,
that's for sure.
No. He's just an idiot at this point. But yeah.
Mr. Hughes says peace, love, and energy is all that we need, Krissi.
That is right. That is right.
They Real says they also have start carts now, so they need way less to take off. That's so interesting. I'm gonna have to look more into that theory. That's an interesting one.
It is. It's a good rabbit hole.
And Mitt says here, I think I know what the J stands for. I'm not going to say. New York, they love to spray. So yeah, I'd imagine some very highly populated area. That's where they can get the most people for sure.
Yep.
So I did have a question for you. Unless you have anything else to say about that stuff, go ahead. But
you have the floor, sir.
Yeah.
Astrology. What do you all think about that?
Oh,
I think that's a big subject that you could talk about. I don't know much about it. Like, do you read the astrology stuff? Do you believe in that? Like, what are your views on that kind of thing?
I incorporate it with my tarot is what I do. And like, we just came out of the full moon of Leo
yesterday.
And I do a lot of like moon manifestations, how we were talking about intentions. Like, I usually set them by the moon, and the full moon that we just had in Leo is perfect for Valentine's Day. Like, that kind of embraces the Leo full moon energy. And now we're going into Virgo. But yes, I bring that into my cards quite a bit. Like, I like, but I don't know all the answers. I'm learning just like you, essentially. Like, I'm just learning. I am.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into astrology. A lot of people look at their sun sign, which, okay, I'm a Libra sun sign. If somebody asks me, what's your sign? Oh, I'm a Libra. But there's also a rising sign and your moon sign. And that gives you more of a complete profile of your personality. But there's also, and this is where I get lost because it is so much. But you have planets and houses. You have certain planets and certain houses. Each one is individual to everybody. But it is so easy.
What do you mean by house? What do you mean by houses?
There's 12 houses within your birth chart, and the houses are planets. And
crap!
It's very confusing.
No. This is a personal thing for me, because I like this band called Coheed and Cambria. I don't know. You probably never heard of them. They're not that. I mean, they're famous, but they're kind of like a niche kind of thing. And they do all these. They have a whole story behind their entire discography, and a lot of it's about the key work and these planets. And there's houses. Yeah. And I didn't know what they meant by that. And then when you said that, it just blew my mind, because it connected in my head about like why they were calling these things and whatnot.
Yes. So. And that gives you insights and in-depth relationships and stuff over your entire life, or what's going on. And that's where a lot of people draw fortune telling from astrology, is that I'm not like, I'm not so in depth that I can read somebody's entire chart with all their planets and everything else. Like, I can't do it. But they have great websites that will figure all that out for you these days, which are awesome. But it's very in depth. But completely forgot what I was saying. Well, sorry.
I think Laura has a lot to say about this. Before you go, before you go off on this, I'm going to say real quick, I'm going to step away for like 1 minute. I need to refill my drink. I can still hear everything you say though, because I got wireless. So I'll be right back. Go ahead.
All right.
Don't say nothing about him.
Okay, we won't talk about him. As everything is energy, how the planets are moving affect how the energy comes into our planet. You also have what the sun is doing, what the moon is doing. So one of the things I focus on in addition to the phases of the moon is what planets are in retrograde at what time.
Like
And
Venus just came out of retrograde
yes, it
right
did.
before Valentine's Day, and a lot of
Right.
people were having issues in their relationships, and everything basically got good for him by Valentine's Day.
Yes.
But that's how the energy kind of plays into how he was asking about houses.
Yes, exactly. And knowing what
if you have Venus in your chart and it's retrograding, it's probably going to affect you directly. Or if you're a Libra,
God,
I'm a Libra and I'm ruled by Venus. Venus is my ruling planet. So when Venus is in retrograde, I do feel it. You can ask my boyfriend. We were definitely in Venus retrograde there for a minute.
Maybe not put that out there. He might not like that, but
he'll get over it. He already knows. I will say anything.
I'm a Cancer, which I think is the worst one to have because it's called Cancer.
No, my mom's a Cancer.
Yeah, it's got crabs. You know, I don't have crabs or Cancer. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't like being a Cancer, but it's fine. I like having a birthday in the summer.
Feeling, and you're actually pretty attuned to be intuitive. Like Cancers are the natural intuitives. Them and Pisces.
Because you tap into the water. Your water signs.
Yeah, and that's like very emotional, which emotions play into spirituality, mentality, everything.
You want to call them drinking water? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
No, so do you like? I don't know anything about astrology. I'm just being honest with you. I've read a couple of newspaper things or whatever. You know, you see what you see. Like a lot of the time, though, like if you get astrology, like from different sources, does it say the same thing, or do you say different?
It kind of translates. It just depends. Like I don't look too much into horoscopes. Horoscopes are bunk.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So astrology is like different than horoscope, but it's kind of this like mixed in.
It's a deeper study. It is a way deeper study of horoscope because that's what I was saying. Like that goes by your sun sign, and there's a lot more that makes you than just your sun sign. Like I'm a Libra sun, Gemini moon, and Aquarius rising, and I have attributes from all three of those.
Aren't we into the age of Aquarius?
We are in the age of Aquarius.
We are in the age of Aquarius. Oh shit!
Yeah.
We're there now. We made it. Congratulations.
We're good. We're good.
Hey, it's party. Age of Aquarius.
Nice. That's the apocalypse, baby. Roll with it.
You're right.
Mitt said, I'll send you a breakdown of the chart I made. Thank you. Mitt sends me a lot of good information. She does. I appreciate every time she does. I appreciate anytime anyone sends me anything. I don't always bring it up or talk about it, but I see it, and I do appreciate it. I promise I do.
You should pull your chart and see what you are and kind of read into it and see how many hits you get. You would be surprised because I went into it skeptical, but like I had my chart cast with somebody who does that. Like you can find actual people who do that and are very knowledgeable in it. And I think they're a little bit more personal. They're better than the ones you can get online, but you can still get the basics online. But it'll give you an in-depth personality. Yeah, like you'll know your personality, and it helps you psychologically too.
That's good. I've been trying to figure out who I am for 30 years.
Astrology will help. It'll help you kind of do that shadow work and get in there and dig around and figure out what's going on. It will.
Mr. Yu says, I will look at my crystal after this. I feel it's low, but will be cool. Do you guys deal with crystals?
Yes. Oh, yes. Constantly. Yeah. I've got crystals on my lap right now.
Crystals. I got a few crystals.
Yeah.
But not a crystal ball. I think Heman is ball.
Is ball. But yeah, I use a bowl of I use water to gaze and candlelight. Don't have my own crystal ball yet, but
that's crazy.
Well, Nostradamus did it.
No, I don't mean you're crazy. I mean that's crazy. Like I didn't know like you could use a candlelight and water to do it. Like,
well, yeah, you know, have you ever?
I'm the craziest one here, by the way. I'm not gonna call you guys crazy.
Oh, I don't.
I'm a little elephant over here that I make him walk across the camera. Okay, like I'm not right. No, that's about
is that a like a totem or something?
Totem, yeah.
It's labradorite. It's supposed to give intuitive connection and
give
you What am I trying to think about with dreams?
Mine would be a
Basically,
turtle.
intuitive
I'm
dreams.
so slow.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
Let me see. I'm gonna go a little bit. Like I said, the chat's good. I can't not read the chat because I love what people
go
say
for it. I'm the
whatnot,
same way. I try to keep up with it. Go for it.
Absolutely.
I do not feel bad if you cut me off.
Real Cosmology says when one is, and this is probably a throwaway. He said when one is engaged in astral travel, do they account for the curvature of the Earth? If you don't know, he believes the Earth is a certain,
he does.
Yeah. So it's like his religion. So like.
Right.
Yeah. I'm open-minded to all ideas. I've never been to space, so I can't tell you what it looks like. But
I get you.
When astral traveling, you're looking at it through your third eye and not your optical nerve. So it really doesn't matter which theory is right.
Wow,
because
great
you don't
response.
It's astral.
Nick says, I think the wandering stars are so much closer than we are told. So I think it stands to reason they play a role in energy here. I believe that too, personally. I believe that. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're light years and light years away. I don't think any of this stuff is. That's just my own personal opinion. But I don't think anything you see in the sky is that far away. You know?
Yeah.
And how would you know? How do you know?
Exactly.
You can't get my one that can right at freaking Wendy's or McDonald's. How do you know how far away the freaking? I know they're not run by the same people. I get that, but what I'm saying is there's a jump between getting my order right and where we are in humanity to knowing light years away from
there's a lot of math involved in that.
Yeah.
I don't know how
they
they
get telescopes and stuff.
Yeah. Like, is that even possible? Like, I don't know. I think they just tell us stuff like let's see if it sticks.
Yeah, let's see what they'll
believe it.
Nick says only use I make of crystal is making music with crystal glasses.
Oh, that's
cool. That can
he says I'm not good at it. Well, hey, practice makes perfect. Maybe we get to old Carnegie, one day.
That's right.
Real Cosmology says, hey, I'm obviously the craziest. Hey, you're not on the show though, but I put you in the running, bud. I love you, man. I said AJ could see interdimensional beings inside of people. Well, I do like AJ, but I don't know about all that. Maybe he can. What do you? That's a good question. Actually, he brings up a good point. When it comes to like aliens and stuff, like, do you think they're interdimensional or they're yes? Because I think that's the only way it can happen.
I think they're interdimensional, or they're time travelers, which would kind of be interdimensional in itself in a way.
Well, seeing as though time really only exists on Earth and one or two other planets, that they don't really have to time travel. It doesn't exist there.
Well, time's a concept in itself, right? Like that's like
it is.
Yeah, it's
spiral is what I hear.
It's connected to gravity. That's why it's so dense here. What was his name? Einstein proved that one.
Oh, okay. I'm not smart enough to understand any of that, but that sounds very interesting. Wow, I didn't know time and gravity were related. I had no idea.
Totally.
Well, they're both concepts.
That's true.
But what they did was they had two atomic clocks, and they went to one of the mountains. I want to say right on the equator or something to that effect. And they took the two atomic clocks, made sure they were synced, left one at the base and one at the top, and realized that the one in the top slowed down the further from Earth it got.
Whoa. Yeah. That is crazy. I've heard that kind of thing before. They're like, if you were in space for like years, you wouldn't age as much as allegedly if you're in space, you wouldn't age as much as someone who's on Earth or something. So that's crazy. These people on the international space station, they could come back 50 years later looking still 28 or something, I guess. Allegedly.
Could be allegedly, yeah.
That's I'm learning so much. I keep saying that. I'm sorry, but I really am. Like my mind gets blown like every 2 minutes here on this screen. Mitz says it doesn't matter which is right. We will find out when we pass on.
That's right. That is correct.
And I feel like God knows our hearts. He does, and that's why I feel like my Christianity really isn't up to me at the end of the day. It's the way I look at it. I just hope I'm good enough. You know what I mean?
Mr. Hughes says you can
Yes,
gaze at anything, even a white wall. It's the person who was gazing at the time. Is that true,
that is
Laura?
correct. Yep,
Okay.
that is absolutely correct.
Dude, I hate when my chat's smarter than me. I really do. I'm kidding. I love all you bosses. You're awesome. Real Cosmology has a comment. Not reading that one either, bud. But we'll get on with the show. We'll go with more conversation. He likes to.
Yeah, it's that timey stuff. Yeah.
I feel like that could kind of apply right now.
Yep.
I take no offense in it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I did write something down during the show. I wanted to ask Laura real quick, since she was using the term monkey brain.
Yeah.
I prefer donkey brain, only because I watched the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Danny DeVito is cleared of having donkey brains. But when you say monkey brains, is that like a term for evolution? Like, do you believe in evolution?
It's a term. It has nothing to do with anything like that.
Okay,
it has everything to do. Okay. It's the ego part of the brain, the conscious, the
logical reasoning.
The overly logical, because the part of us that has been taught that we are not what we really are, that we are limited, that we are beholden to employers and to governments. That is a human construct. And there is an old Zen saying that the brain or the ego is like a lunatic monkey. And so I just linked that together. Yeah, I like, well, that sounds really cool. So monkey brain it is.
Let me see. We're gonna get to the tarot stuff soon if you all are ready for it.
Okay.
Just more chat stuff here. I'm gonna go through a lot of questions first before we get to that. But we actually do anything like that, because I do have a lot of questions. Even though I know everything about tarot, maybe people watching here might not. Hoff here knows it all, but I'm just asking for them, not for me. Okay. Mr. Hugh says, Laura and Krissi, have you looked at the article room? Genevieve YouTube watch. So maybe check that out.
I will check that out. Thank you, Mr. Hugh.
Mr. Hugh seems like a very nice person.
Yeah,
and sweetheart.
I saw that he had mentioned he and I are both Aries. Yes, that is correct.
Really nice guy.
I knew that too, though. Francis says, hey, Francis shows up to my shows a lot. I love seeing you around. Thanks for being here. Nick says, I want many donkeys. Well, that's a goal to strive for, I guess. Real Cosmology says, the monkey brain is the part of us. I'm not reading that either. I almost did. You almost got me there. You almost got me. My buddy James, he's a personal friend of mine as well. How you doing tonight? Thanks for watching, man. We're about to get in the tarot stuff. If they're nice enough, maybe they'll read for you. They did for me. Maybe that's cool. I mean, I know you can make money doing this, but if you read for me or other people here tonight, that's awesome. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I probably shouldn't even put any of his comments up there. I love you, cuz. I love you, cuz, but I do. I love you, man, but I just gotta watch me, you know. So let's get into the tarot stuff if you want to now. Is that cool?
Sure. Absolutely.
All right. I have a lot of questions about tarot cards.
Ask away.
So you already answered some of them earlier in the show, but you said there's different tarot decks,
right?
So what do those different decks represent? How are they different? Do they have a different amount of cards in them? What does the standard deck of cards consist of? You know,
well, there's tarot and there's oracle decks first off. And if you want to just explain to him about the tarot, I'll pick up with oracle since you don't use oracles.
Lookie's up for it tonight, so we'll get,
all right.
We'll get to you. I was scared the other night, but it turned out to be pretty accurate. Not gonna lie. And Krissi thought I was lying. She's like, "Nah, you're lying to me." I was like, "No, I'm serious."
I was just like, "Is he trolling me or is he serious?"
I'm a real guy. I'm not doing that to people.
I know that now. I know. You're a good guy. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Tarot. You find tarot in a lot of stuff. Even the playing cards are based are derived from the 4 houses of the tarot deck. So the
do those 4 houses come into like what we were talking about earlier with houses, or is that different?
No. This,
okay. The 4 houses, the 4 suits represent the 4 elements of the zodiac, which is the swords are air, which that's me. You're water, Hoff. So you are cups. That would be your suit. You would be the king of cups.
You know that.
And Laura is fire. She's a fire sign, so that's the wands. And then
very fiery, that's for sure.
Pentacles is the earth element. And that's how the 4, and like she's saying, the playing cards, you can read cards with regular playing cards. They break down the same way, and you
like the ones with like hearts and the 7 of hearts or something.
Like you just don't have the major arcana is the only thing, but you can use them as cards. You just don't have the 21 major arcana with 22 major arcana, which are okay. Like here's one. I'll flip out one.
See a real cuz.
I love you, bro. That's the Empress, and that's what major arcanas look like. They won't have a suit. They will just be one card on their own, and they're 1 through 22.
I will say this: what's appealed to me the most about tarot cards is actually just like I love the artwork, the designs.
Oh, aren't they beautiful? And that's the difference in different decks is the artwork, and that's what draws a lot of people. And I'm just bonded to this deck because I love the Arthurian legend. I was 12 when I got them, so I just love this deck, and I think it's beautiful. But I'm a deck collector. I have a ton because I love different imagery, and a lot of times I'll give them away because you can buy your own cards, but really you're supposed to be gifted your first set of cards. And I keep a bunch on hand. And when anybody thinks like, I might want to get into that, hardly anybody's actually going to take the initiative and go get their own cards. So I'll be like, boom, there's your deck.
There you go.
Reading.
Yeah, no, I was gifted my first Pokemon cards back in 6th grade.
Similar.
I remember those.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how I got into it. The next 5 years, a lot of money down the drain for my parents.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, go ahead. I want to learn more about this. So the 4 houses, so how many cards are in a typical deck, or is that a thing? Like,
78.
or is it can just be
78?
Okay. Can they be more or less, or is that what it is?
78 in the minor arcana for tarot.
Yes.
Now, oracle cards are different. Oracles are similar to tarot, but it's different. They could have any amount of cards.
Yeah.
From 10 to 50. Like, you never know. Oracles kind of are their own thing and subject to the artist's whatever they want to do with it.
The main difference between oracle and tarot is a lot of people say tarot is going to tell you exactly what you need to do, and damn it, do it now. Whereas an oracle card will give you light and love and
or just guidance and build on your tarot. Or that's how I use them. I use oracle cards.
Yeah, to benefit the tarot. Yes.
They go hand in hand for me. Like, some people read oracles alone. I don't.
Yeah, I like them better with the 2.
I do. That's how I do all my readings.
Do you think that when you pull a card, that's like I don't know, lack of a better word, like a magic moment or something? Like, do you think
your people are getting in touch with my people? Your spirit getting in touch with my spirit, and they're like, hey, here's a card that's about to fly out. Take this card for them and see if it works. And I just go with it. I just take the card and I'm like, this is what spirit told me to tell you. I hope it's right. And lot of times I do get a lot of hits.
Does anyone gamble on tarot cards? Does anyone gamble on that? I think you can make it a thing.
I think that would be a
bad. What card's gonna be pulled for this guy? You can weigh the odds if you know his astrology sign and stuff like that, and his background. You can kind of weigh the odds. Maybe bet on what's gonna be pulled.
A new gamble.
It's a bad way to look at it. I know it's the worst way to look at it. You should probably not gamble on tarot cards. That's the wrong thing to do with them. I was just making a joke.
I think if you want to gamble on tarot cards, you might have an issue again. If you're at the tarot card channel, throwing a 5 on it, like, come on, hit. Like,
death card.
Big money. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably somewhere like in a basement in Russia they do that or something.
You know what? It could happen. I can see it happening. Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I wanted to ask, another thing I wanted to ask you all, is there like the best card to pull or the worst card to pull? What's the worst card in the deck? The one you don't want to see is like death or something like that?
No, death is a good card.
What?
Death is just about recycle and transformation. Usually, it's hardly ever literal.
Yeah,
It's usually about good. Like every beginning came because something ended. Something's always got to end for something else to come in, and you just have to look at it more as an opportunity. And that comes back to self. How do you look at it? Because you can look at it and be like, oh, this is horrible, this is ending. Or it's all about perspective. You can look at
I
it
was just about to say that perspective is everything, for sure.
It is, right. And that's because your cards can't tell your future. That's what I'm saying. It depends on you and what you do.
Well, can I ask you, like can you tarot read for yourself?
Oh yeah,
I do.
Yeah, every morning.
Like when I meditate, like that's part of my meditation. I incorporate cards into my meditation, and I think on the cards, and that's how I get really strong messages a lot of times, because stuff just comes. It's like, was that my thought? Was that a meditation?
I feel like y'all have a leg up on me with this stuff here. I mean, just look into maybe that's why I'm always behind. You know,
you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. You're not bothering us at all.
No. So. Like, what is like going back to like the worst card? I know you said like it's all about perspective, but have you ever drawn something or read something where have you ever drawn something or read something where you're like, oh, it's not good, like even for yourself or someone else, or do you always try to have that perspective of trying to find something positive out of it?
I try to find something positive, but sometimes there are cards that you can't deny. Like I've had some in my own readings that if I see, like about a month ago, death came out paired with 10 of Swords. Ooh. And like, I didn't know what to expect, but that's a doozy. That's a doozy. Yeah. And it's basically 10 of Swords. You're reaching the end. Like you have been through it. Somebody has stabbed the hell out of you, like stabbed you in the back. That's what that card kind of represents.
They don't show up tonight.
But it's all in. And I mean, I feel like I know what that situation was, and it needed to happen, and I grew from it, and it wasn't that bad.
Yep, exactly.
I lived, and I was making it bigger in my head than what it actually, I think, was.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do that, and that's why I remind people, it's like, man, these cards are not concrete.
No, you can always change it.
You put in, you can't.
Just like life, right?
Exactly.
Right.
There's always a chance, you know.
There is. You have opportunities every day to do something different. If life's not working for you, I truly believe that, man,
change your mindset.
Kind of on you. Like I know that we have setbacks sometimes that we can't control, but a lot of it depends on you and what you want to do. Because
this goes above tarot reading. That's just like how you react to things that happen in your own life, and that's it's a good example of that. A good way to practice it, you know, in your own life is to try to find the positive things. And I know, like you said, life gets rough, and you know, you got to have that perspective of pushing ahead and trying to find the good, the sunlight or whatever in things.
Right. Exactly. I feel like I don't feel like we can have bad experiences, because I feel like some of the worst experiences we can go through, it is just shaping us to be somebody else tomorrow. We learn.
I've lived long enough to get that. I used to think that all the time, like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And then you find out later, once you get old enough, you find out later things happen for a freaking reason.
Right.
They don't happen for no reason. I don't believe in coincidence personally.
No, there is no such thing.
I really do not believe in coincidence, but Laura, I know it's probably a impossible question to answer, but how many readings do you think you've done for people?
Oh, geez. Well, I don't know.
I figured.
Hundreds of thousands.
I started doing readings back in 1989. You know, back in the 19th century.
I was
1900s. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
We love your wisdom. I've always called her my spiritual advisor. Like before my boyfriend knew her, and he'd be like, "Who you're talking to?" I'm like, "My spiritual advisor." Okay. Yeah. She's telling me shit about you. So get it. No,
That's right.
She should have a car, like an official license, spiritual.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. I should.
She
Real
helps
quick,
me find the positive when I can't find positive. She's a light. She really is. She's
Thank
just a beam of
you.
sunshine.
I do appreciate
My
it.
phone's on it.
Chad, captain of a starship. Oh, I will get to you in a second. I don't think I've seen you here before. He said all mods fall asleep. I don't even know if I have any mods in here, to be honest with you. I don't know. There may be a couple, but my chat's kind of a wild west, not gonna lie. Glad you're here though. I haven't seen you around before. I'm glad you're here at Hoffcast. Trumpy Bear said, don't people go and get their lotto numbers from card readers? Is that a true thing? I imagine it would.
I've never had somebody ask me.
I've never had that, and quite frankly, I know most psychics will answer with, "I can't give you that."
Gotcha.
There's
Nick
certain
says,
things we can't glean.
Nick says he bets
$6
$6 million on the river card.
card.
The number
Hey,
6
all
million
right.
again. He loves the number 6 million for some reason.
It's a good
I don't know.
number.
Right?
Captain of a starship says angels worship Jesus. Humans get uncomfortable when hearing his name. That's a shame, right? Sometimes.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hughes says he looks every day. Guess he's talking about reading or gazing or whatnot.
Gazing, probably. Good
Gazing, yes. So do I, sweetie. It's a good way to get perspective.
It is.
I wish I'd asked more about that, honestly. I wish I'd asked more about the gazing stuff. Maybe we can still get into it later if you have time. I'd like that. Bane Bear says, my kid is freaking hilarious, Hoff. He's live on my channel right now. Hey, if your stream is still up after the show, I'll check it out. I want to watch this. I do. I do. And don't feel like you have to come to me. I mean, thanks for letting me know, but like enjoy your time with your kid, man. I appreciate you to let me know. I will check it out. Captain says spiritual attacks from dabbling in the occult or worries of witchcraft. Worry no more, calling out to Jesus dispels these forces. And that's another thing I think tarot gets a bad rap on is like witchcraft and stuff. What do you think about like Wiccan and witchcraft?
Well, Wicca is just another man-made religion, but
it is.
witchcraft is
like Scientology.
Yes, very much so.
Witchcraft, a witch is a word for someone. The actual word witch means a wise one. And a witch is someone who manipulates energy. As a Reiki master, I manipulate energy. Therefore, I'm a witch. And so I embrace it.
But not all witches are bad, right? Like that's
No.
Obviously, you're the one of the coolest people I ever met in my life. One of the nicest.
And I've got Jesus and the Christ consciousness and angels all in my corner.
Amen.
So it's not just good or evil. It's
what's in your heart. And I'm telling you, like she has a good, pure heart.
I just say labels sometimes like
No,
saying witch, like it's got a bad connotation.
It does. It really does.
It does.
Just like we were talking earlier, Christian's got a bad connotation.
That's why I won't identify as anything. Like if somebody asks me what I am, it's just like I don't know.
I tell people that I tell people that I'm spiritual, but I don't follow an organized religion. I have a personal relationship with a higher power, and that's how I speak one-on-one. I don't want to go to a
you don't need
priest
to.
and have them like freaking translate what God's saying to me. I want to hear it straight from the source.
It's a
that crap, you know.
And there's no reason you can't. Everybody has the ability to channel.
And that's exactly what you're saying about these tarot cards I was asking earlier. It's like, can anyone do it? Well, then I guess we're all spiritual beings. We can all tap into this energy.
We can.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So I think I've asked a lot of questions about tarots. Is there anything else you'd like to say about it before we get started? Maybe do some readings?
Sure, do some readings.
Do some readings. All right. First of all, I think you should each do a reading on each other first, just to test the waters, and then maybe for me, and then we'll get to the chat if anyone like Wookie or anyone wants to get their get a reading here.
I'll show you my Arthurian legend if you show me yours.
All right.
Okay. Let's do this. All right, I'm gonna pull for you real quick. Okay.
All right.
Is there like a ritual to this? Like, is there a specific way to do this? Is there specific shuffling?
There's a lot of threes involved with mine. I don't know if I'm autistic or what, but there's a lot of threes involved in mine.
I think that's OCD.
OCD, whatever. Yeah.
There are some basic things, but like shuffling, cutting the
Should all the cards be the same direction, like facing up?
That's not necessary. Well,
it depends on how they read.
How you're reading them.
Reversals.
So do I. Not everyone does, though.
I like all my dollar bills facing the same way. That's what I was asking.
Here, yes, yeah.
That's OCD.
Here.
So.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I actually have my own tarot cards here. I do.
Nice.
What is that? Are they tarot cards?
These are actually just I don't know if you've heard of the band Tenacious.
Tarot cards.
No, I don't know if you've heard of the band Tenacious D. Yeah, these they came with a deluxe set of the Pick of Destiny. So I got my own tarot cards. I got the Tenacious D. I got the training.
Hell no, you're holding out. You got to pull a card now. You done broke your cards out. Pull a card for me and Laura.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Shuffling right now.
Okay, there you go.
Well, actually, I got to take one out because it's just all the names of the cards. So all right, so Krissi, this one's for you.
Okay.
This is Destiny.
Oh, I like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how legit these are, but let's go. And for Laura, what we got here, we got just the Tenacious D. That doesn't work. let's try the next one. Two Kings. What do you think about Two Kings?
That's nice. That's nice. I like that.
That is hilarious. Is that Jack Black?
Yes, Jack Black's band. Yeah. I got this like 20 years ago when the movie came out. And I just remembered tonight. I was like, I got tarot cards in that set. So I thought I'd bring them out as a joke.
Pick of Destiny.
Awesome.
Let's get to the real tarot cards.
All right. You want to pull first? You want me to, Krissi?
I just pulled yours.
Okay.
And you just have, when I read her cards, you had a judgment moment. You're at the end of the judgment moment. You're on top. You came out, but you're feeling okay. Let me just tell you what you got. You got the Judgment card, right?
Yep.
So you just came out of that energy. It was in your favor, but for some reason you have the Five of Swords here, and you're feeling guilt maybe for the way you handled it, even though it did turn out in your favor. But I mean, don't feel guilty for whatever it is, because I mean, the last card is the sun. The sun is on your side, man, and it's shining for you. So don't worry about whatever it is.
Spot on, girl.
You just pulled multiple cards. How many are you supposed to pull for a reading?
1 to 3, depending on like these are mini reads.
Readings. For
and like
a full reading, it's like 9 to 10.
Yeah, you can do several, up to 50. Like I've seen people do crazy spreads. I've seen people use whole decks. But for time purposes, 1 to 3 is usually what you do for something like that.
I didn't know. I really didn't.
I feel like 3 gives you a better, larger picture than just 1. 1 is kind of very basic, and 3 you get more of a story of what you're looking at.
Gotcha.
Because one story wouldn't have. Yes, it does. Wider lens to kind of view things.
No, Krissi, let's see your fate.
Yeah, let's find out what's going on with Krissi here.
Oh, I'm scared. And Damon's gonna kill you while you're cutting hair. Damon's gonna stab you with your own shears.
Yes. In the chat, if you'd like to have reading tonight, let them know. If Wookie, if you're still here, I'll have them do it for you, bud. I was scared, but don't be scared. They know what they're doing. They'll make it good for you. That's why I was asking about the positive stuff earlier.
And everything has as much power as you want to give it.
That's right.
Wow, that's
don't ever give up your power to any reader or like to anybody else, because at the end of the day, you have your own power. Like I'm just giving you advice. She's just giving you advice. That's your own power. Like that's you. Don't give it up to anybody else. Yeah. You know what's best for you.
That's incredible.
All right. The Magician.
I
You know
feel
it,
some
girl.
magician vibes. Okay.
And to follow up the magician, you have the Ten of Cups, Kubrick.
Oh, yes. I'm loving it. I'm
So
loving this.
walking into destiny, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
You keep going. You got this.
Can you explain that for me? I already
Yeah.
know.
Sorry.
Okay, the cards all come with definitions, and I usually, if it's a non-reader, I usually read the definition for them and then give them my insights. So the magician,
Yeah, read him. Let me get my book, and that's what I'm going to do is read him.
Yeah,
because I have a problem. Like, I just assume that everybody knows about tarot cards.
I do, but I'm just, you know,
but
you're doing great.
But yeah.
So the Krissi's first card, the magician, that is skill and wisdom, imagination and versatility, creativity and showmanship, the noble use of one's talents.
She's rivaling me for best showman.
Ingenuity and power of influence, competence and diplomacy, heightened psychic abilities, effectively directing one's life.
Okay, before you go any further, that's a word I wanted to ask you about. Psychic? Do you believe like psychics and stuff like that? Like that obviously goes along with the same sort of like I'm guessing like
reading Akashic Records is a psychic reading. Yes, and everyone, just like anyone can read tarot, everyone has the innate ability to be a psychic. All you have to do is tap in.
That comes from our spirits, our souls, right? Connected to
our DNA.
Our DNA. Okay. Whoa. That's why
it's our DNA, our brain,
and our ancestors.
Exactly. Stay away from. No, don't want that stuff floating around in you.
I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah. No worries there.
Nothing against you if you don't, but I like people who agree with me on that.
Yes, I agree.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about Krissi's reading? Because Uncle Bones here wants to have a reading here soon. So
okay. Uncle Bones.
Sure, we can do Uncle Bones.
All right, Uncle Bones, we're gonna get you a reading here, boy.
All right.
Is that picture, is that from Army of Darkness? Is it? I think it might be, but I'm not sure. It looks like it's from Army of Darkness, which is one of my favorite movies. They got skeletons in it. It might be.
Do you want to tag team Bones on the tarot?
Sure. Okay. You draw each draw
a
card
and I pull a card. That's
Uncle
okay.
Bones says you already know the answer. I don't know if he's talking to me or you all. Maybe he's saying you don't need the cards to you ever thought that you don't need the cards? You could maybe just
I when I read Akashic Records, I don't need cards.
I don't have that kind of confidence.
You will one day, sweetie. All right.
You're still a Padawan. She's an 8th degree black belt over here.
Let me cut your cards. Like, if I'm going to be a tarot tuber, I really need to set up for lives to read cards. I'm not doing
it's really hard to do these on the laptops because it's hard to show the cards and everything. But
we'll definitely take your word for it for sure.
Okay, the 7 of Spears. Camera. I'm still learning how to do.
I do wish I could see the art, but I get it. The same thing. The glare happens. The
glare is just
they're shiny, glossy, and you got the light coming from the laptop or the computer. So.
And I got the 8 of Swords over here.
All right, tell Uncle Bones what's going on.
Go ahead.
7 of Spears is gaining the confidence of others, promoting unity, defending a noble vision, overcoming opposition, courage, strength, and success. So although you're finding yourself in some rough waters, keep going and you will make it.
And you got the 8 of Swords is what I pulled for you. And that is being stuck in your own head. You've got to get out of your own head because the card that she just read, that's all good. That's all positive things. Other people are recognizing it, but you have got to recognize it
Now,
for yourself
also,
to get away from this Eight of Swords energy, because there's so many opportunities. Okay, with the Eight of Swords, there's swords everywhere, but she is not physically bound. Like, there's the chain, but she's not. She can get away, and you can get away if you break away. I feel like you're having some sort of negative thought process about yourself, and it's not working for you, because nobody else thinks that.
Yep.
Only you're thinking that.
Another way to look at the card Krissi pulled is all the negative thoughts, but you're coming to the end of adversity. That's Guinevere at the stake. And in really small print at the very top of the card, you can see Lancelot riding to her rescue. So
you're coming out of it.
Between these two cards, stick to it, and you'll make it through without a problem.
Wow, Uncle Bones.
Yeah. Like her Seven of Wands is a really good card. Like mine was kind of one of the negative ones, if you will, but her card overrides it, and it's not that negative, because in the Eight of Swords,
it means the end of adversity is coming on both cards.
Yeah.
That's a good sign, right? That's a real good sign. Uncle Bones, what do you think about that? Reply in the chat. Reply in the chat what you think about that. Oh, he did. He said, "Thank you. I am my worst critic." Sweet.
Ah, yes.
Everybody else loves you. We love you.
We do love you, Uncle Bones.
Yeah, you're a boss. Hoffcast, Uncle Bones. You're a boss, bro.
Yes.
I will be doing a backstage after party after the show. I don't know if you ladies can stick around and join, but that's far from now. I'm just saying, if anyone's watching right now, I'll be doing that. We'll hang out and chat a little bit after the show, because it's gonna be a good time. I like doing that. Mr. Hughes says, "Good man, Uncle. Be in yourself. Be strong, friend." I'm not sure exactly what he's saying there, but I believe he has good words. He had a very nice sentiment earlier in the chat. I'm not sure if it's a language barrier or a bad keyboard, but Laura, he says, "I see you have a powerful energy, and I am glad to meet you." Yes, but I get what he's saying.
Yes.
I get what he's saying there. Kind of a funny mistake, not gonna lie. Kind of a funny mistake.
You're awesome, Mr. Hugh.
Yeah, great. Mr. Hugh, I love you.
Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. That's why. Mr. Hugh was talking about Uncle Bones there. I'm an idiot. He says, "Be strong in yourself, friend." And he said, "Thank you." This is such a good freaking community that I have here. There's so much love and positivity. I love having all of you around. Like when I got on YouTube, and granted, I talked about this a little bit, and I'm going to go into it. There are bad eggs, bad apples, whatever you say. But the people that seem to come to my show, I love. I love these people. They seem to be really, really good people. I don't know if I'm doing something right. I hope I am, but I
like intention, and you're on fire. Right. Like, I don't think you see the actual power that you hold in yourself. Like, I don't think you actually awake to it yet.
Not at all. I really don't. I really
you got
do
it.
Not.
You've got something different that most people on YouTube don't have. Like
sometimes I wonder if it's even worth it most of the time.
Yeah,
you know what
I understand.
You've got
feelings,
nice charisma.
You do good. You do very good. Keep it up. Please keep it up. I want to see you keep it up.
I'm going to keep going. Don't worry. There's no stopping me now. But it's just sometimes, everyone has that doubt in themselves. Everyone's got that kind of thing,
I do that like every day.
Yeah, and I do too, actually.
I'm just like, why am I doing love?
Yeah.
Listen to me. Why?
I guess the most discouraging thing about all this, I guess, is because I'm on a platform I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on YouTube. But that's where my following is. This is the best way to talk to people. I don't want to be here. I really don't, but it's the only way I can. And
I understand.
Sometimes, all the time, every time I go live before one of my streams, I'm like, this could be it. This could be the one that takes me down every time. I've had like 5-6 strikes on my channel. I've gotten over them because I've been months. I got one right now. I've been months, and then they clear out after like 3 months. But it's happened to me so many times. I've just kind of lost like a few times. Mainly, I was like, this ain't worth it. They don't want me here. Why would I want to be here?
Yeah,
but
I know the feeling.
At this point, I'm kind of like my show is, like I was saying a minute ago, like getting all these great people around me and getting to know all of you people, including you lovely ladies here tonight. It's just an experience that I can't give up, you know, until they make me. So, and that's why I do my website. I'm not plugging right now. I'm just saying. So the reason I do my website is because when I do get taken down, I'm not saying if, when I do, hopefully we can all still keep in touch through something that I have, and you can come to me through there or through my whatever else email.
Awesome. That's good. That's good to have one central location in the event that does happen. That's a really good idea.
And that's the only reason I do is because I love talking to people, and
that's me.
So.
And you don't really have the opportunity to meet new people right now because of the current climate situation. And and this is kind of my out to meet new people, because I used to travel a lot and I don't have that luxury anymore. I'm not jabbed, you know what I mean?
But also you can't just go out to people and just start spouting this kind of thing off to them and then expect them to like you. You know what I mean? Like, not just you all. I'm talking about me too. Like, hey, it's chemtrails in the sky. Like,
no kidding.
Wait, dude, I don't even know your name yet. But,
like,
right. It takes a select audience. That's another thing. It's nice because you can find people who share common interests.
Yes.
Because a lot of people I know are addicted to mainstream media and believe everything about it. And I'm like, I can't, I love you, but I can't.
No, can't do it.
Look how awesome this chat is, though. I was showing these comments. Chessboard says, Uncle Bones, love you, my friend. Says, Hoffcast stay the course. I appreciate those words of encouragement. I do. And then it's just such good stuff. I love it. I love it so much. It's anyways, let's get back on track. All right. I'm sorry.
Right.
No, you're fine.
You're doing great.
I really like not what I'm doing, but really what everyone else is doing, I guess, around me.
It is so amazing to see like the energy just come together, and it's so happy and positive, and I love it. Yeah.
You all have brought so much energy tonight. It's astounding, just to be honest with you. Anyways, let's stop jerking each other off, as they say. let's get some. Let's quit the circle jerk, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Trumpy says, "Can you read real Cosmos cards since he left? It'd be really entertaining. Can you do that? Can you?
He might not like that. Like, that's not good.
That's not cool. Like, to do that, like, it's kind of behind the back kind of thing.
Yeah. Unless it's about you and you're asking a question about a person you have like a relationship or a friendship or some type of connection with, like, they may come into your readings.
Yeah, but otherwise, no.
Well, for one, you're blocked off to their energy. They didn't give you the authority, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you need permission to tap into someone's energy like that.
Yeah,
that's what Mitch said. You shouldn't pull cards without permission. Right there. Yes.
No, don't do it. That's
what about? I don't know if Wookie is still here, but he did ask. So maybe he watches this later. Is that okay? Like, I can bring his. Maybe I can find his comment again. But he did ask.
Well, he did ask. We'll go read ahead. He
and if he's not on here, he can come back and he'll see it that he did get a card, that he got 2 cards from us. All right, let's pull for Mr.
Mr. Wookie.
I wish I could find there.
Yeah, pull up one of his comments.
This is his old comment there. It's his old comment. And he did actually ask for himself to be.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I just can't find the comment.
Okay. I'm just trying to have something to focus on. Like, this is what, like, just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. There we go. I found it. There we go. So he even said, please, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right. It went in the floor. I got it. Okay.
Okay. Let me get the book lined up.
I'll go ahead and read mine first.
Yeah.
You got the Queen of Shields is your card, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And in this deck, Pentacles are shields. That's kind of the differences you see along decks. Sometimes they'll have different suits, but they still mean the same thing. Like, this is still pentacles and coins and earth energy. What's yours that you got? Because it depends on your card on how I'm going to read this. I don't know if this is somebody in his life or if this. Oh, I think it's somebody in his life.
Yeah. Tower.
I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card on this. And I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card for this one as well.
Okay.
Because this one's
deep. So
we got a tough one. Do you want to read what a tower moment is all about and explain kind of the situation?
Yes. What is when the
and I'm going to pull
card
another card.
Yeah, and I already pulled one. I pulled a second card.
Good. Okay.
So the tower represents traumatic change, the destruction of a way of life, revolution, loss of stability within a relationship, financial losses, revelation, destruction of the old paves way for the new. It's also viewed as even the insurmountable is surmountable.
I was just about to say what you were just saying there for a second. I was like, whoa, that don't sound positive. And then at the end, you gave me that twist and I loved it.
What was your second card that you pulled for him?
Ragnell.
Okay.
My buddy Brandon's going next. He's in the chat. He wants it. He wants it read.
Nine of Shields. Nine of Shields is the second card I pulled. And let's always lose everything.
Both of us.
Foresight brings success. Adhering to one's values, diplomacy, prudence, and honor, fulfilling obligations, popularity, honoring a promise brings fortune.
That's true.
Okay, the cards that I got, and I really hope that he's not going through a divorce or a breakup. I really hope that that's not the case, and it's something. It could be as trivial as maybe you and a friend got in a tiff. I hope that that's what we're talking about here, because I pulled the Queen, and behind that I pulled the same card as I pulled just a second ago, popped out. And I was shuffling these and it popped out. Like it came out of the deck on its own. I didn't pull this one, it popped. And so I took it. And it's the Eight of Swords reversed. This is the same card that just came out a second ago, but it's reversed. And this shows an example of a reverse. Like how the Eight of Swords is usually you're getting to the end of the line, you're starting to come out of it. This is you staying stagnant in the energy in that tower moment. And all tower moments, they're there to teach us a lesson. Yeah. But we can't stay in that energy. We cannot stay in tower energy. You need like the Ragnell card that she pulled. Like that's very much a card of transformation and standing in your own, like embrace your new self, whoever you are to be. Yes. Stand in your truth 100% and don't worry about whatever tower moment may be happening in your life right now. Like it's gonna be okay. It really will.
It will.
Hey, Wookie is a great guy, so I hope the best for him. He's been literally one of the longest watchers of Hoffcast, even back when I was doing my movie stuff. He's stuck around.
Wow.
He's literally stuck around Hoffcast for years now, and he's a great guy. Really,
that's amazing. I'm gonna pull an oracle card for him just because we hadn't seen oracle cards, and I'm pulling from Spirit Messages Oracle deck by John Holland. I have a lot of decks by John Holland. I just think that he has really positive, upbeat oracles, and sometimes when we're going through a lot, you have no idea how much that helps. It's just hearing something positive. Hearing something positive come in can change.
Absolutely, that can change your whole mood, your whole demeanor, your day. It can just people don't understand that. Even like a smile at someone can really change their day. You know,
absolutely.
This is the oracle card that I popped out, and this is why I love using oracle cards with tarot. All right, you got. I'm really feeling like this might be a relationship. I hope not, but either way. You are not alone.
Wow. Whoa. This is all tying together. Crazy.
Yep.
Her hand on the heart. You are not alone. We are here for you. We never left.
Crazy.
Through all the sadness and the loneliness. However, you cannot sense. I can barely read this because I'm reading it backwards. Sense us near you or feel how much friends and guides you will never walk. Oh. or send the love we are sending you. Sorry, you will never feel.
I can read it for you if you need.
Yes, it's hard. That would be better. Okay, good.
It says, you are not alone. We are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, friends, and guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I love tarot cards. I mean,
you called the. I mean, you kind of call. I don't know if I mean you're right about this person, but you called the cards. I imagine you are. I wish the best for Wookiee, but like you kind of called that before that next card was even pulled. That was, kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Cards will confirm to you. I feel like kind of when you're on the right path. I feel like maybe I wish he was here, but he may not want to talk about it, and I can understand that too.
Well, I do have someone here who can pull. If you're done with that,
reading,
I got my buddy Brandon, who he's a personal friend of mine. I see him every day at work, and we're good buds. And I tell him about my shows and stuff, and he said, I want to get a reading tonight. So I said, all right, man. Hopefully they'll do it for you. So here's my buddy Brandon. I'll get you a turn. Okay. I'm gonna text him right now, let him know what's going on. But I know he's here.
All right, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. We all have Let's Go Brandon shirts, including him and a couple more.
Oh man. All right, one thing I do when I'm doing back-to-back readings, you asked me if there's anything I did, and I said I do things in threes. Like when it's for a new person, I'll knock my card 3 times. And that's supposed to shake off the energy. Exactly. But it's supposed to rid the energy of the previous person on the deck, kind of to clear and keep going.
He said, let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, he's hilarious. He's one of the funniest people I ever met in my life. I love Brandon. He's one of my best friends.
All right.
Okay. All right. My cards keep falling on the floor, but I had some pop out. I think I had 2 pop out. Let me check it. And let me not fall out of my chair.
I'll be there in about an
hour. That happen one of these nights.
All right.
You have got to be kidding me. Is this card for me? I mean, oh my God. This is getting ridiculous.
Maybe this is a sign. Maybe it fell out for a reason.
Sometimes.
8 of Swords again. And like I have.
Whoa, that's 3 times, right? Like there's a reverse one.
Actually, it makes sense.
For me?
No. For Brandon.
Oh.
This is what
Did you pull it? Oh. Did you pull it too?
No, I pulled a different one, but
okay.
End of adversity. This is employment, commission, and craftsmanship. A positive use of one's talent, learning a new skill or trade, enjoying one's work, and rewards it brings.
Okay. And because mine is followed up, 2 came out. I got this one and this one. You got the Page.
Ooh,
of Pentacles. Yes. So I think you're going to have, is there a possibility that you're looking at a raise or a promotion at work?
Yeah.
Actually, we are. That's okay. Exactly. I know him. I work with him side by side every day. I know this is a thing. It's kind of crazy that you say it.
Okay, well, if you're worried,
also he's not. In my opinion, and tell me if I'm wrong, my buddy B here, but you're not totally stable in this job. Like you're kind of looking out for other things, but you do a great job with what you do, and he is in a higher spot, and he does want a higher spot. That's true. That's true. He wants to make more money. So
you have an offer coming in from somebody. I don't know if it's at your current job or somewhere else, but
I'll miss you, boy. I'll miss you, Brandon.
And then
I don't know how I'll run my side without you, but
and then the last card was, of course, the 10 of Spears.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So success through perseverance. Own it, Brandon. Own it.
He's a go-getter. He's a go-getter. That's for sure. See, look at this. Look at this. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Wow. Mind blown once again.
See, it's not complete funk. Like I can't explain how it happens, but it does happen. I don't know.
And she and I are in 2 totally different states, but pulling tandem cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. It's like because it's the whole consciousness, the whole it's like
connected.
it's like when you make a ripple in the water, it goes throughout all the water.
His people just called our people and was like, "Hey,
yeah, that's right.
You got earpieces in? What's going on? Back in the deck.
You never know.
We could be. I promise you, I'm not. But we.
I know you're not.
There's people that do that. Like you got to watch out for charlatans and bullshitters and just complete.
Oh, there's fake readers. Of course there are. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dumb thing to say, but I mean, I never really thought oh, you're stacking the deck, and so you might be telling someone that something bad might happen to them when it's not, and it puts them in this situation where you maybe take advantage of them or something.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
If a tarot reader ever tells you at the end of your reading, like, "Oh, you have bad energy, you need to be fixed, I need to heal you," that's usually
a bad sign.
Hey, let me get a little bit more money from you. Is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Brandon
you're
said,
very
"Thank
welcome,
you, ladies."
Brandon. You're very welcome.
He's a great guy. He's one of the most genuine people on this planet. He's one of my best friends I've ever had in my life. He's a solid dude, one of the truest people I've ever met. Brandon, don't repeat those words to anyone. I don't like to compliment you. All right, you jackass, but I love you.
Awesome, good stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
he's not a jackass at all. That's a dumb thing to say. He's not a jackass. He's actually a very, very smart person. Very, very smart. I just wanted to insult him because
I truly, genuinely do love reading cards, and personally, like I don't look down on anybody that takes money for cards. It's a very good living, but like that's why I don't, is because I want to keep it. I just know how I am, and money changes things for me. It becomes something I have to do. And I want to do, you know what I mean?
I was going to say, I mean, on one hand, I imagine you'd want to monetize something like this and make money off it. But the other hand, you can't let the money affect what you're doing with it. Like you still have to be honest and pure with it, or else, I mean, that will show through if you have a good business, and like that will show through in the end, and people keep coming to you. But if you do that shady stuff like we were just talking about, then it's like just gonna keep.
I could read cards for a living. I would just read all the hair, or I would lose all the hair that I cut if I read the cards.
Well, you ever thought about like cutting someone's hair and like, hey, I got some tarot cards.
I have.
You want to read?
But my customers ain't ready, y'all. They ain't ready.
Brandon says, much love, brother. I love you too, brother. That's for sure. I think we got another person here in the chat wanting a reading. I don't recognize this person. BS7 status. Thank you for watching tonight. Welcome to Hoffcast. Welcome to Hoffcast. General reading for Balram. Me. That's him.
All right.
That's his name.
Balram. Okay. And you're new here. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're coming to Hoffcast.
Yeah.
Green. He's an awesome guy. Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Let's read for you.
Yeah.
The show is definitely not me tonight. That's for sure. I love having you all on. This has been awesome.
Oh, this has been a blast.
I knew this was going to go well. I didn't know it was going to be this much fun, honestly. So.
I love when the normies have questions.
I know.
Not me. I'm not me. I know all about tarot. I know I've been saying that all night, but I just think it's a funny joke, because I don't know anything about this. I find it amazing, astounding, and you're proving it now. You're proving it here, right here. Like it's crazy. Not crazy in a bad way. I just mean like it's something I can comprehend all the time. You know.
Right. Yeah. It can be very mind blowing.
What card did you get?
Pulling it up. 8 of Cups, Castle Perilous.
I got the Wasteland.
Yeah.
5 of Cups.
And then follow that with the Queen of Shields.
I mean, not the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Coins.
Yeah.
Left out in the cold. Somebody has put you out. Somebody has left you.
See, Castle Perilous is a change of plans, redirecting one's life. You've been given a warning about someone, something that is going to stab you.
Like literally? Or
no.
Okay, gotcha. Like a backstab or something, maybe.
Yeah, backstabber. Yeah. Either you're giving up on yourself or you feel others have given up on you.
and you're on the outside, like you feel shut out from whatever the situation is, like you feel like you have no power on it, you no power with it. You've been, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm pulling sucky cards tonight. But that's one of my cards that's not one of my favorites. It's not. Changes are coming. That's the positive with it. You got changes coming. I'm going to pull another card.
You could look at it as you are knowing that you've been given a warning about a person or a situation, and that has led you to a dark night of the soul, having to look inwards, halt your path, go to the wastelands,
He's on his way.
And study. Then by going there, you can actually achieve wealth, independence, and security.
I got the 5 of Wands that came out to, okay, you got 2 5s.
Yep.
That's a 55. That's 5. That's changes are coming. And I hope they're good changes for you. But okay.
He's asking positive or negative change.
That's up to you.
I'm going to read you this card.
Sorry, this person. Yeah. I've called people the wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
This changes are coming, but I'm not going to say that they're going to be bad. They're not going to be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know about good or bad. Not sure.
Well, it's the fact that by facing the challenge,
you're facing the challenge, and like you've got to go through it though. There's no avoiding the challenge. You have to go through this. You have to climb that mountain, no matter who's in your way, because there's a clear path. You have a path to get to everything that you dream. But it's a hard road to hoe.
To the wealth, security, and independence you want, you have to heed the warnings, go through the wasteland, and climb the mountain. Yes. And you'll find it at the peak.
Yes.
You'll find yourself.
No mountain's easy to climb. No mountain is easy to climb. But it's worth it when you get to the top.
It's worth it. Yes.
It is. And that's a good.
See, look, I'm reading tarot now.
I mean, that's good. That's good.
You got it.
Okay. Can I tell you ladies real quick here. My buddy Brandon texted me and he said, that was wild, bro. I was just like, damn, you nailed it, I guess. So you nailed it once again.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yeah. So he was definitely impressed. That's for sure.
Good. I'm glad he liked it.
And I don't know my buddy Brandon is much of a spiritual. I mean, I know what he believes in spiritually, but I don't know much of a supernatural or superstitious kind of person. So the fact that you did that, it's amazing.
Okay.
You know, you get someone's reaction.
Opening eyes.
Thank
That's
you.
what it's all about. Dropping the
Oh, you are very welcome, sweetie.
Thank you very much. Yeah, these ladies are very generous. They're very kind. And, they don't have to do this, but it's amazing. And
it's fun.
It's fun. Mr. Hughes says, you don't have to believe what is happening in life, but I see my life as clear path. I just look and see. I think that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
It is.
Live in the present.
You have the power. You have more power than any reader, than anybody that could read your cards. You have it within yourself.
Absolutely. That's amazing. That's what I like about you two, is because you both say that. You both say that this is like a guide and it's advice, but it's not the rule. It's not like it's nothing solid. Like you still have opportunities to change things. And this is what it's giving you, maybe a warning or a heads up to what's to come. That way you can maybe rearrange your own processes, thought process, and your actions to make the best of what's to come or your situation that you're in.
Most readings I do, a lot of people always think like, oh, this person's out to harm me. This person's out to harm me. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be you harming yourself. It sucks, but that's usually how it goes. It really is. And you don't realize it. A lot of times we do it subconsciously, but it starts here.
Yep.
It really does.
Our thoughts create our reality.
I have that hung up at the shop. Yes.
Yep.
That whole saying.
That's true. The way you see the world is the way that the world is. It's not.
That's correct.
The world is the world is something, but the way you perceive it is
It
the
is.
way it is to
Yes.
you.
Perception
personally.
is reality,
right.
and everybody's is different, and your
That's
reality
right.
is going to be different. That's just the way it is.
There's
We all
lyrics
have
from my
to-
favorite band, Rush. What I think and what I see is how I how's the lyrics go? What I think and what I see is how I believe. Something
Yeah.
along those lines. And so that I think I love Rush. Favorite
yeah,
band.
they're very,
behind
very
that.
deep.
They're very like psychological kind of philosophical kind of stuff. Neil Peart was a genius. I don't agree with him being atheist necessarily, but he did. He did have. Yeah, he was an atheist. But I do love Rush still this day. They're my favorite band. Real quick, I didn't want to skip past. I didn't want to say this, but I didn't want to skip past it and not give it credit. Like Uncle Ben said, great show. It's not. You thank these ladies. Uncle. You thank these ladies for the great show tonight, not me. All right, I've done nothing. Okay, like it's.
Uncle, when are you live, Hoffcast? Remind me of your days. Is it Tuesday and Thursday?
Right now it's Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 8:30 is when I go on.
Tuesday,
and I'm trying to have. Yeah, I'm trying to have guests on Thursday nights, like we are right now. That's kind of like the thing, and I think people like that. I'd never expected to do more than one, but like I found out that I like talking to people more than just talking to myself. So.
Yeah,
it is. It's a lot more fun that way. But y'all all come over here and give the Hoffcast love, even if we're not here. Okay, he has some fun stuff that y'all would enjoy.
Don't do that. But no, I mean, don't just leave it at that. I want to say this in the description below, in the about, both of the links for these lovely ladies' channels are down there. Go and subscribe right now. And the show's not over yet. The show's not over, but I want to thank you ladies for being on here. This has been an awesome time. We still got a little bit more to do. I'm not going to keep you too much later. We've been on for almost 3 hours now.
Yeah. I love it. Like, I mean, I love getting together, talking cards, talking craziness, like anything I can't talk.
I mean, we'll go as long as you want, but if you're like, hey, I'm tired out, it's cool. But I mean, yeah, I really appreciate y'all being on here. It's amazing, actually, the fact that anyone would do this for me. So really, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love you.
Love you.
We love you back. You're awesome.
Mr. Hugh just says your name. He loves you, I guess, too. So.
Thank you, Mr. Hugh.
I think he is Laura's biggest fan.
I do too. I do
Mr.
too.
Hugh. We love that energy, man. That's awesome.
Aaron Gobrach.
Uncle Bones mentioned 2112. That's an album from Rush, by the way. Inspired by Ayn Rand, and it's their biggest album by far. I saw Rush live 7 times.
Wow.
Greatest days of my life, to be honest with you. I love nothing better than being at a Rush show.
You're honestly pretty young for that.
Yeah,
I know. Well, my dad is older, and he took me to the shows. So,
lucky you.
My parents are like 30 years older than me, so they're like older. Like
my parents are older 20,
too. They're like my age. Yeah.
No. No.
You two are my kids' ages.
Well, you bring the wisdom there. There's no doubt about that. That like experience, like
that life experience, you can't replace it, man.
No,
you
can't.
I wish I had more. I wish. Oh.
I said you're like a 8th degree black belt over there.
It really is, for real.
Mr. Hugh says, Laura and Krissi, please go to Genevieve's stream. She is cool. So I guess check
absolutely.
That out. So
I will check that out. Thank you.
Maybe I'll check it out too.
Yeah,
I did sub to her, Mr. Hugh, and I just I've been really busy at the shop, and I've had 2 litters of puppies born back to back recently.
Oh my gosh,
nuts here!
Dogs so much.
I have some cute puppies. You want to
please send me pictures of these puppies in an email? I wonder if there's nothing better.
Can I get a puppy? Can I get a
one on the show?
I may can get a puppy if I can summon my.
Yeah,
my puppy gatherers.
Yeah.
Puppy gatherer.
Hey, Chessboard might be heading out, says Hoff, Krissi, Lara.
Right. Good night,
Bones,
Chessboard.
Stay safe. Yeah, thanks for being here so much. Yes.
Thank you for spending your night with us. We really appreciate that, darling. Good to see you, as always.
By the way, real quick, if anyone in the chat, anyone else wants a reading, say it now. If not, we're gonna get to mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
If you do, so you can still have yours right after mine. But I just figured I'd go last. You know, just they did a reading the other night, but I want to know more. I want to know more. So.
Okay.
I ain't scared anymore like I was, you know.
Good.
I'm seeing the light in this. Do you know what I mean? Like
That's right. Yes.
Like I was mentioning earlier, you like black magic, witches and stuff like that. It's a bad connotation, but when you find out that these things can have positive influences, that's a whole different.
And that's why I have my YouTube channel. Like if one person gets that, then I've done my damn job.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I said. I said the other night on my channel, I said, if someone doesn't get their 18th booster from watching my channel, then I did my job.
Look, y'all.
A puppy.
We have guests.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, my heart's melting right now.
Are they not precious, y'all? Do y'all see? They look like little Rottweilers, don't they?
They do.
Oh, my gosh.
They're Yorkies, but they're so darling. They're itty bitty. They look like teeny Rottweilers when they're babies. I love them.
I love dogs like you don't believe. Dogs are my thing.
Well, we have 3 on the boat.
You know,
we have 3: a pitty and a Shih Tzu Bichon and a pug.
I have dog tarot cards that's coming on our way.
Oh, how cool!
And like you can actually read dogs tarot.
Whoa! Nice. Hey, you got to read for my dog sometime. We'll do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish I would have had them. I thought they were going to come in before this show, and I'm like, that'll be perfect because he has his dog. You know what I mean? But nah, of course, USPS sucks, and they haven't showed up yet. But anyway,
we'll be here a day late
show as usual. Do what?
This is completely off topic. Am I blurry tonight?
No.
Because I wasn't able to hardwire my laptop up because my dongle broke last night. I lost my dongle.
Your dongle?
Yeah.
Damn.
The dongle messed up, you know, and it just went haywire. And so it's not working. I need a new dongle. It's a personal problem, let me tell you.
It sounds like a wifey. Yeah.
But I need to get a new dongle that attaches my Ethernet cable to my laptop, and I guess I'll order one on Amazon soon. But I was afraid I'd be blurry because I used to be whenever I just did Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I think
sorry.
You're King of Cups over there.
Yeah.
King of Cups, no doubt.
That King of Cups energy coming in,
That's
like
right.
it look a little blurry.
That's just the way I see it, so I can't tell, you know. I'm kidding. Uncle Ben's Hoffcast, you look great. Appreciate it. What a nice person Uncle Bones is. I hope you show up to more Hoffcast streams. You're a boss. You're officially a boss here. Thank you. So I don't see anyone else asking for readings. Then it's with permission. So it's time for your boy.
Time for Hoff.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna pull you several cards, and I'm also gonna pull some oracle cards. Like she sticks to just tarot, and there's a lot of tarot readers that do that. That's completely cool. But I do incorporate some oracle cards in mine as well. So I'm gonna do that from my Moonology deck.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little scared, but let's go. All right, I lied. I lied. I'm still a little scared.
I wanted to tell you, if you wanted to like dabble in moon manifestations, the new moon that's coming in, like that's the perfect time to plant your seeds. Whatever you want to do, that's the time to meditate and think about where you're headed.
Really?
And over the moon cycles until you get up to the full moon, you're basically every week you're sitting down with those intentions and you're watering them.
Yep.
Every night, sit down and think of one thing you can do to get yourself closer to this goal. Because I mean, it's psychology just as much as it's spiritual. It really is. It goes hand in hand, because you can wish hope all day long, but unless you get out there and do it, that's what a lot of people don't. And I'm not saying you're that way. I'm just saying a lot of people like, oh, my intentions, nothing's happening with them. Well, I mean,
You
you
don't
have,
act
this
on
is
it.
the physical world, and you have to have physical action behind that.
Yeah.
Like there has to be something backing it up. But that's what you do. Just water the idea, and just look at it when you get to the next full moon, and that's when everything comes to light.
Yes.
Yes.
My favorite phase of the moon is the waning gibbous.
The waning gibbous. Well, that's what we're in right now. So
yeah.
Really?
Yay.
Okay. All right.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm
we're
not
in the
dumb.
waning gibbous.
I used to have a shower curtain that showed all the phases of the moon
Yes.
on it. That's how I.
Right after
My ex bought it.
the full
Not me.
goes moon, or the full goes moon. I'm so bad about that. I'm dyslexic as hell. When the moon goes full, right after that's the gibbous phase, the waning gibbous.
I think Nick's making a joke here. Knowing his humor, I think he's making a joke. Like,
I like to sow my seeds on new moons.
Gotta get what he's saying.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
All right, let's do this. I'm ready.
All right. We ready?
To hear my fate and to do something about it once I hear about it.
Okay.
Take action.
Yes.
Camera.
Oh, no.
No, it's not a bad one. Not a bad one.
Four swords. Rest, recuperation. Where'd it go? Retreating to a calm, safe environment, protection, and warm hospitality, regaining strength and direction. You gotta.
How do you do it? How do you?
And now, then, by taking this rest and recuperation, you come to the judgment, to Avalon, awakening to the call of destiny, passing through a gateway to a new experience, a rite of passage. Let's see, heightened sense of purpose and self, a significant change in perception. So then by embracing that, you walk into the giant's dance, the universe. Completion, liberation, the culmination of past events and experiences. Synthesis, order, and sense of peace, harmony, progress, and accomplishment. Confidence and lasting happiness can indicate travel and a new home or graduation.
The 21, the universe.
Did you not just describe
the card?
What the? How?
That's really good.
I mean, I know you explained it to me for 3 hours, but I'm still blown away. Wow. Yeah, I feel like this whole experience that I'm doing right now. Absolutely. Go ahead. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
I have the 7 of Pentacles reversed, and I feel like you have not gotten, or you feel like you hadn't gotten credit where credit is due, but it's coming. And everybody, I mean, I know this is a girl, forget that. Like, it's just a card. It may be the Empress, but it's the same thing as the Empress. Just look back. But everybody's going to notice you for who you really are in your real life. Right. I don't know if you've thought that or not, but you're badass. You know you're badass, dude.
Yeah.
Don't you? You know it.
I mean, like, I that's a hard thing to admit. All right, I don't want to like.
You know you're badass, though. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I'm gonna say when you have a perception of your own self that you have confidence in, but you're smart enough to be humble about it. That's kind of the way I feel like, and I think that's the only way to get ahead, because you can't just be an asshole to people, you know.
Say that path though, because the recognition is coming.
It's coming. It's coming. Victory, the giant's dance, success, the universe will be yours.
And I'm going to pull out of the Moonology
I'm liking
deck. This is the Moonology Oracle deck. I love this. Deck. It's one of my favorites. I wanted it for a really long time, and I happened upon it in some store like Marshall's not too long ago, and I'm like, oh my God, what is that doing here? I have to have it. I didn't even know they sold tarot cards prior to this. I was like,
maybe I'll have to stop in there.
Hey, I want to say to Shane real quick, if you're here, bud, if you want yours read, I think it would be great I would like to see that. Shane's a personal friend of mine. I said that earlier. Shane, let it know in the chat, and just say I want my cards read, because you have to have permission before they can do it. So just let them know. That'd be great. If not, I understand.
Anybody that wants to, I will read. I don't care. If you don't want to, I'm not going to push you. But if you want to, I'm here. That's what I do. I love to do it.
I just think it'd be good to see his read.
So
I'm telling you, you know you're a badass. You know you're a badass, and you just said when you're smart enough to be humble.
Be humble. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Now I switched decks. Let's see what we get.
What the fuck, dude? What?
I think that was Spirit fucking with you. I really do.
You got to be kidding me right now.
Spirit will almost kind of prank you and do stuff like that. Like when you start noticing things, and like, I don't know, like little synchronicities like that will happen.
Mm-hmm. Power. This is my pirate deck. Power and authority are often associated with solitude, meaning you may not get you may not be getting the recognition, but you're already in king state.
Yes.
Wow.
You're there. That's what I'm saying. You know you're a badass.
Yeah.
Stop with it. Stop with that. But guess what? I am a badass, so.
Yes. There you go. Own it. Oh
my gosh. By the way, go ahead.
What do you got there?
What does it say?
That's your other card.
Step into your power. That's right.
This is insane. This is.
And that is, let's see, first quarter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when you say like you're a badass and you know it, and you got all these things that are coming to you. That's the way I feel, but I don't feel that. Look, going back to the humbleness, I don't feel. That's why maybe I don't believe this stuff that's happened to me all the time, where people actually. That you're here right now. I don't even like it's amazing that I have you guys on my channel, ladies. Sorry, but it's just amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the reason that you are humble is why these opportunities happen.
These are coming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you have coming for you is because of who you've been, and that's a big part of it.
You haven't forgotten where you came from.
You know, that's all. I just try to be a good person. I try to love everyone. I try to be fair to everyone. That's the word I like to use the most is fair.
Fair.
And to not judge anyone until I get to know them, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's one of my main rules is not judge anyone until I know them. So
I'm willing to bet that you have Libra in your chart, whether it's in a moon sign or a rising sign. There's some air, but I think it's Libra. I really do, because that is just cardinal signs of a Libra. It really is. And that balance, fairness, open-mindedness. You want to give us your birthday? Because I can, or do you want to pull your, I can give you a website and you pull your
his chart.
Yeah. Because I'm interested.
I told you I'm a Cancer. I told you I'm a Cancer. I don't know if that
but
helps.
You don't know
I
your
wouldn't want to say I wouldn't want to say my actual birth date on here. I don't know.
No.
Maybe backstage I can tell you. Maybe I can tell you backstage, but I don't know if I want to do it. Just
okay. I'll give you a website and you can do some homework and just plug that in and let me know at some point. Because
I've been hacked so many times and scammed my bank accounts. I'm not trying to put the information out, you know.
I gotcha. I understand 100%. That's why I was like, how are
it's not that I don't trust you all. It's just that
I understand. No, I understand. I understand. I should be smarter about some of the things that I let be known about me. It's not hard to find me in real life. Scary.
Hey, thank you so much for that. That was incredible. I think you've blown everyone's minds tonight. I think you've been.
That's always fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little skeptical about these things sometimes. Just who I am.
Yeah.
But holy moly, you blew everybody's minds here tonight. That is crazy. Spot on.
And please.
So happy. I'm so happy. Because like I said, if I can just reach one person to show them that this is good, like there's nothing evil to it.
I think you reached way more than that tonight. But
oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yay.
Got to get that message out.
And let me see here. I'm gonna go through the chat. If you all, if you want to keep going, if you want to talk about anything, go ahead. But might wrap this up for too long. I think we've done just about everything that we've done. But if there's anything else you want to say, I'll let you say it. You know, and then you don't have to say it right now. But
I want to do your numerology soon too. Somebody mentioned about pulling a life path card or something. I'm not sure what she means, but I know how to get your life path number. But
I saw that earlier. Let me get. Yeah, I was going to get to the chat here for a minute, and let's. Yeah, go ahead then. Yeah, I did see that. It was Mitts.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't need it for it's not numerology.
Oh, you know. Okay, I got you. Wait.
Where'd she go?
She's like, I can do that. Boop. Let me see. Let me tell her she.
Oh, she's come back. Maybe she just hit the wrong thing or something. I do that all the time. But I wanted to say the chat has been, they love you. They love you all. The chat loves you. Look, let me see here.
We love you all.
Uncle Bones, Hoffcast, the ladies are legit. I know that now. You know, I know that. There she is. There she is.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Yay!
An argument and it won for a second.
There it is. Myth says, do Hoff's life path card.
Yes.
And explain that to us because I have no idea what we're doing right now.
Just a card to help him guide and find his
life. Okay.
His life path. Yeah.
I gotcha.
All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Seven of Cups. The Seeker, the questing beast. Curious, are we? Trying to find the truth.
This is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Okay, it's based on his birthday. I was wondering if that's what.
Yeah, in numerology. In numerology, it'd be based on his birthday. Yes.
Do you mean his the card that represents Cancer? Is that what you mean by that? I'm trying to make sure I'm getting.
Oh, it's based on his birthday. Numerology. Yeah, we would need his full birthday for that.
Yeah,
but
we can't.
Maybe we'll do it back. Maybe we'll do it backstage or something if you want to hang out for a little bit afterwards. But I know you guys understand that. Yeah, I just don't want to put that information out there. But I would love to hear it right now. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to. My curiosity meter's off the chart. I'm like, I want to hear this. I just gotta weigh my options right now.
You might be a 7 or a 4. Yeah. Like I don't know, but I'm getting 7 or 4 vibes on numerology, and I like.
What do those numbers mean?
The 7 is the life. It's the seeker. And it's the 100%. Like they're seeking. They're always questioning, and they're never. I don't know. They got to figure everything out for themselves. They're true seekers. They seek their own knowledge. Like
I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. What you just said. So.
We'll see that's what I feel from you. I really do. But the card that represents you in the tarot, since I am thinking about it, like I'm a Libra. So number 11, the Justice card represents me. For you, Cancer, man, help me out. It's a Chariot, right? I don't know many Cancers, but I'm pretty sure the Cancer is Chariot. And I'll show you your personal card of the deck because I forgot to do that. And it's in here somewhere, like somewhere. You just got a passion for life. And that's what the Chariot card is. Like, no matter what, you're getting through this. You're powering through no matter what, no matter how, no matter what anybody says. You're doing it with your damn chariot and your damn horses.
I can't say anymore. Like it's kind of spot on. It's a little too close to home. So.
It was at the very, very back.
Of course,
but this is your card.
Yeah,
that's a cool looking card right there. I like the blue skies. I like there's a little bit of cloudiness over it. I think if that's what I'm seeing, but yeah,
I think there's some chemtrails right there.
Technically, I think they're flaming arrows, but yes, they could be chemtrails.
But look at him just going at it. He's like, I got this with my sword.
Look at his mullet. Look at his mullet.
That's right, guys. He's got the mullet.
I will be damned. Hoff has been on this card this whole
the
damn
whole
time.
time. God
Never
damn.
knew it.
I was the inspiration for it.
Oh, wow. I have a feeling this deck may have been printed before you were born.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yes.
I just got it late in life.
It was out of print by time both of you were born.
Oh, but I'm
That's
lucky as
amazing.
hell to have this.
Do you think there's like certain card, like a deck that has experience that's been used is like,
oh yeah,
it's got an extra force to it? Like, do you think it's got extra? Yeah.
Look how thick these cards are.
Yeah, this is a very large deck.
That is
and the thickness of the cards.
A lot of use. And
Mm-hmm.
They hold more. You think they hold more like energy?
It has your energy. It has my energy is all over this deck, and this deck reads the truest for me. Because I can read from other decks, but really it's not going to be as insightful as this specific deck.
Yep.
This deck taps into my intuitive side. It just does. And I've owned a lot of decks, and I'm not been able to find another deck that I can get
I
this
like
intuitive
this one.
with.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I agree.
I tried my damnedest to replace them, and they're just irreplaceable, I realized after 20 years of actively trying.
Yep.
Or maybe not 20, but 10 at least.
So I'll wrap this up if you all want to. I will go ahead and let you all promote your channels, what you do, have people go over and see you, because these ladies are amazing. So definitely subscribe to their channels. Their links are below in the description. Go to their channels, check them out. So go ahead.
Go ahead, Laura. Tell them about your Laura's Way of Life.
I have my channel is Lara's Way of Life at Readings on the Water, and I do a daily tarot reading for the collective. That's for a card for each and every human out there. And I have other videos up and others going up on how to change perspective in your life so that you can find the positive and you can connect with source energy and become your best you. And I have links up there about the coaching by Era. That's the where I teach Reiki and spiritual development.
And tell them your sorry.
Excuse me. Laura, you're an amazing person. Okay. The strength that you have as one person is something I strive to have one day. I couldn't imagine going through what you've been through and still being able to enjoy life every day. And like I said earlier, I don't know if I'll ever be able to experience day-to-day life the way you do and just like loving it that much.
That's why she's so lit.
Yeah, no doubt. So thank you so much for being on, Laura.
Thank you. I appreciate it, honey.
No, anything else you wanted to say? Go ahead.
Oh no, that's I'm on the other medias. Oh, my TikTok is at Readings on the Water.
Is that where you usually post your daily?
I do. Yes, I do. Okay. TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and occasionally Instagram.
And they can find you by Laura Fowler on Facebook, right?
Laura Penny Fowler on Facebook, or reading. I'm also Readings on the Water on Facebook too.
There we go. Okay,
wow.
awesome.
Hey, wow, thank you so much, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure and an honor having you here, honestly.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Go, Laura. But now TarotTuber Krissi is my channel, and I read tarot cards on YouTube sometimes. I'm going to get more into it and focus some more time on it. I'm transitioning a little bit of my time out of the salon right now so that I can focus more on my activities on the side like this. But that's the only social media I have. I guess I'm done. Don't come see me. Me and Laura do lives a lot together.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I know, and that's I love your shows. You all have such a great chemistry. I don't think you understand. Like you go like peanut butter and jelly. You know, no, seriously, you're honest. You're real people. And I know what you're talking about. A lot of people might not gravitate towards it just because of my own feelings that I had previously before something about learning about this sort of thing. It might scare you off sometimes, but if you don't learn about it first and talk to real people, real honest, true people who have a
Right.
lot of love in their hearts, like you two. And I think that's the difference between like being scared of something and not, is because you're not open to address it or to understand it. And
Right.
having you two on tonight, it was just, I mean, it was is the funnest show. Is the I've never had more fun.
Oh,
Never had
thank
more fun on my
you.
show. Just
I'm
seriously, the
glad.
conversation.
Awesome.
So
Y'all
sweet.
carried it. You carried it for me. I appreciate that so much.
Oh, you're so
Aw.
sweet. You're
Thank you so much,
sweet. Thank
sweetie.
you. Yes.
I'm just gonna hit the chat real quick before we go. Just say hi to
Okay.
everyone. And I did put the link in the chat for anyone watching. If you want to come backstage, now you ladies, you don't have to stay for that. If you'd like to, that's fine. I would like to maybe chat with you for a few minutes backstage before you head out. Just
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
do
for
that
sure,
life path thing or something like that. But
Sure.
if you don't want to stick around for too long, I understand that. You gave me 3 hours of glorious time tonight that I just
I enjoyed
I'm just,
it. I
Yes, it
enjoyed
was
every
a lot
second
of
of
fun.
it. Thank you so much for
Yes.
having us on.
Mitz
I'm
is
so
gonna be
excited.
on, so I guess I'm gonna be
Yay.
the only dude for the first time. I only have dudes, so
Ah!
all right. Let me
Woo!
just let me acknowledge the chat. I'm sorry if I don't say your name. I really do, but I love all you bosses who watch Hoffcast. I'll be back on Tuesday 8:30 with crazy stream as I always do, going wild, you know. But
Yeah.
hey to Wookiee Supremacy, Matt Brooks, Trumpy Bear, Mr. Hugh. Let me see who else. Black Angus Reviews. We got Uncle Bones. Of course, Uncle Bones is awesome tonight. Let me highlight him. Uncle Bones seems like a really legit, nice person right
He
there.
is.
Yeah.
Who else we got? We got Nick. I probably already said his name. I'm just scrolling through here, so give me a break.
You're fine. You're fine.
Real Cosmology. I love you, cuz, but
Oh,
sometimes you're wild as well. But that's why I
I
love
love
you.
it.
All right.
I love it.
Chessboard, Trumpy. Like I said, I'm sorry if I'm saying it twice or if I missed you. Shane, my buddy Brandon, you know, yeah, it's just amazing. I just can't believe what's going on right now. I'm sorry if I missed you, missed your name in the chat. I really am. I was scrolling through real quick, tried to find everyone there. So the link is in there right now. Shane said, "Good show, dog." I guess you didn't want your cards read. That's cool, but
we didn't need you anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
JK.
Shane's a good dude. I love him. I love all of these bosses here. I love you too as well. And real quick, Hoffcast.com, stay in touch there. That's the best way. Like I said, I don't know what this platform is going to do to me one day. It's happening. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and it's going to happen. So I'm trying to build that up right now and try to make as many ways that people can communicate with me as possible right now. And because I just know the day's coming. My buddy Crumb, I don't know if you guys watch Crumb, but his entire Google account was deleted because of the things that he was saying on his stream. And guess what? I mean, he's very candid about what he says. He doesn't mince words like I do. Most of the time, he just says it right out. And I used to do that. That's why I got so many strikes. But I'm trying to, when I talk about like a virus, I say corv, you know, or a jab or a face diaper. I'm trying to use all these different languages now, and it sucks. But
I was shocked at how much you have to do that. There's so many things that I didn't know about.
Yeah, you gotta. It's a learning process, to be honest with you. It's like a different language, and I mess up a lot. If you watch my streams, I'm like, oh, I just said something I shouldn't have said.
That's why mine get private. Yep.
So thank you all for watching Hoffcast tonight. These ladies are amazing. Go to their channel, support them, follow them. I couldn't have asked for a better show tonight. I literally could not have asked for a better show tonight. It was so much fun.
I had a blast too.
Yes, it was great. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm so glad you all had a good time as well, because that's important to me. So all of you watching tonight, thank you for watching. It was such a good show. Keep in touch with me. Keep in touch with them. Make sure you follow them. I love you all. I'll see you on Tuesday. Hoff signing off. Cheers.